Manufacturers of, dare I say, beautiful, top quality and award-winning craft products. We are home to the very first, the original transparent art stamp. We hand make them here in Kent, and our talented illustrators are always coming up with new original concepts and wonderful artwork. In addition, we design and manufacture top quality stencils and masks. In fact, we also make precision cut reusable masks for our stamps. Since January 2017, we are also the new owners of Pergamano International, bringing together a wonderful blend of old and new parchment art. We are so fortunate to be able to showcase our newest and best products here on Hochanda and to be able to demonstrate our art ideas to you, our Hochanda friends. So if you would like to learn more about clarity stamping, stencil work, parchment art, both groovy and traditional, please join us, myself and the Clarity team here on Hochanda for ideas and inspiration.
Hi everyone, I'm Phil Martin. I've been a paper crafter for well over 20 years now and a designer for just over 10 years. Sentimentally Yours is my multi-award winning brand of clear stamps, rubber stamps. I've now also introduced lots of craft dyes in there, designer papers. I have my mediums where we've introduced the Flawless Media brand into the Sentimentally Yours family. So on our Hochanda shows we aim to inspire you, to be educational and to teach you how to get the most from the products that we're bringing to you. The Sentimentally Yours family has grown to include my good friend Julia Watt and our new designer Trudy Howard. Hopefully we're all going to bring something different to the show, so you're going to be enriched with lots of different ideas and inspiration. Be sure to join us for our Sentimentally Yours shows on Hochanda.
Good evening, now Miss Paola.
Hello.
I am super excited for what we've got on the show.
Me too.
I love card engineering, and we've got a brand new supplier bringing us.
Yes, we do. We have got Karen Burniston. Hello, you're probably watching.
Indeed.
Karen Burniston is an amazing woman. It's an incredible crafted, and she is a civil engineer by, that was her profession. Mm-hmm. She started paper crafting back in the early 2000s, I think that was about it. That's when I first heard of her.
Right.
And she was going scrapbooking and card making she was doing her own templates. And that's how I remember her.
Yes.
Then I went to a workshop in 2007, 2008, thereabouts, and it was templates, and they were amazing. They were amazing things. And of course then, a dye company spotted her, or she started developing her own ranges, and now she's in control, like creative control of everything. And Karen Burniston with a company, and she's in control, so she delivers exactly what she as a crafter wants, because that's what she as an engineer knows that would work.
That's amazing. I mean, now she was meant to be here, wasn't she?
Yes, that's another thing. Karen was meant to be here, but of course, due to she is based in Texas, and of course she lives there with her husband and 2 children and 2 pucklets. So then not pucklets.
Sorry,
I think that's about, because they are it's a mix of beagles and a pug.
Oh.
So I think that's why they are called pronouns.
Okay.
But what I meant is that, of course, she was meant to be here and she wanted to be here very much. But you will understand that traveling these weeks is not the best thing. And because we have known each other for a while, she asked me, and I'm really honored. I do apologize if I make any mistakes doing the demos. Hopefully I won't, because they're extremely easy to put together. But anyway, that's what I want to say.
Are you ready then to see what sort of thing you can make? Are we ready? Here we go. Dun, 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 dun. I mean, what?
And by the way, this is Karen. That's Karen herself. So this is so good that because that is the woman behind every single die that you're going to see. She comes up with the ideas into paper and ruler, and she makes a lot of drafts, and then she translates those ones into actual dies. She designs them with the computer, and and it's amazing.
They are. Amazing. And then this is just one of your die sets.
So basically, the one day special, that's one of them.
Yep.
So that's the photo collage that you have seen. Then you have got the circle tag.
Nice. I love stuff like this so much.
And then, of course, you can fold it completely flat, which means that if you wanted to mail it, if you wanted to incorporate it to your art journals, you can do that as well.
And then we've got this one as well. This is your tag. And again, ready for that reveal. I love it. Now, because there's nothing wrong, of course, with getting your scoreboard out and measuring, but I want to do that enjoyable bit.
Yeah. I do love pop-ups, and if anybody, and if anybody has known me, knows that but it's like, I can never do something as complicated as this. And it just is so easy to make. Hopefully I will show you how easy it is to make. Can I show the dies? Because the other thing I was blown away by these dies is the fact that they are very, very useful. Now, they come in different pieces, so you don't need to have a big machine.
Great stuff.
So just like the standard A5 sort of size will work. But also, I love that big tag is also a tag.
Yes, indeed.
It's
versatile.
All these elements that mix and match, you can use them on their own as decorative elements.
Doesn't she even put like instructions on the packaging?
Indeed, they do. If you turn that one over, so when I got my dies, I didn't have time to make the decorative. I got them at work, and between hours, I was testing to check out how easy they were. And I didn't look any instructions other than the instructions that they come in here.
Yes, you can see at the bottom.
There was no problems to make every single one of them.
Good.
One of them I did watch the video because I wasn't unsure on how to think, but every single one is just so easy to follow it.
Stuff. Let's see some more samples. What else have we got here? Here's another. Oh, and these characters are on the show too, I believe.
Yes,
there we go.
They are.
Ta-da! Oh my word, isn't that amazing?
So those dies they are so cute. They are on the show as well as a set of dies. I think that's the feathered animals. That's the one that look at that.
But look how this opens up. I mean, it's an absolute joy. If you're making cards for, well, obviously I love it, adult, but for kids would love it.
Can you show the puglets?
Okay, here we go.
I love those ones.
They're on the front there. That's so adorable. Look at them. And then, ta-da! Let's open this up. They're so fun, aren't they?
No, so this is combination, because this is the other thing. Karen, as she's a crafter, not only wants to give you the engineering, all the nuts and bolts, but she also, you can see all the decorative elements as well. So, for instance, she has got in here a ticket, has got the kind of Insta frame, and you get two of them. You also get in to create the little, miniature bulldog clips. Yeah. The pins, things that are then you can use them in these cards or any other project.
Amazing. Let's do one last reveal because I love this, and then whoa.
That's so my favorite. Awesome. I think that's my absolute favorite.
That's
now,
incredible.
Also, I want to mention that, of course, Karen is an amazing teacher and has got a plethora of instructional videos, step by step, on how to assemble them. Yeah. So please refer to them, whether it's in YouTube or on her own KarenBurniston.com website. You will see them there.
Wonderful. So for the one-day special, you can spread the cost. 2 payments of £34.99. You've got 43 dies in total. Oh, and nearly 20% of the stock's gone. Boom. 512946 is your item number. Got a great £15 saving on the one-day special as well. Okay, so next up we've got the accordion. It's the accordion and birthday charms.
Yeah, so this is a very, very clever. In fact, it's one of the most, because as I mentioned, Karen has worked with, with different other well-established die cutting companies in the industry, and one of the first ones was very similar to that one, and then she has been copied many times after. But she was the original to come up with the die form of this sort of thing.
That's amazing.
So it's because of course the concept of this sort of albums have been, but she was the first one to incorporate it into a die.
Got you.
So she's been doing dies for such a long time, but you can see. So there is all that knowledge and experience in these ones. You are getting the card that you can make, the die that you can make this.
That's so super cool.
But it's double-sided, so you could, and by double-sided, I mean you could decorate the back as well.
Yes, absolutely.
And of course, the charms themselves. Look at that. You look at these little charms in here that you can hang the heart, you can have flowers, you have got butterflies, you have got even an apple that you can hang up. And look at this one.
It's another one that's gorgeous.
Stars. Now, even, of course, it works really well with jump rings, but she even has put a paper jump ring.
Has she?
So these ones are die, they've been die cut.
Clever.
Out, and then I'll show you exactly the die it's here.
Oh, yes, yes. Very good.
So if you cannot, if you don't think, oh, I don't have jump rings, well, don't worry. They are already. There is a die for those ones.
Good stuff. Right, £34.99, 620305. Then we've got the circle version next.
Yeah. So this one is a slightly different. I mean, it's kind of looks. I wanted them next to each other because they are similar, but they are very different at the same time. So if I open that like this, you can see it. Look at that.
Yay, look at that.
Look at that. So there is like kind of that floating butterfly in there. Now, the only card I have made, I'll show you in a second, because, as I said, I didn't have time, is this one. But you can see that these dies, even with the most simple of the, they are beautiful dies. So now here, for instance, I didn't embellish that bit, but you could have put, because I was thinking of a wedding invitation, so that kind of is the rings, like so you have got the ring outside and the ring inside.
Aww,
but
that's nice.
But you can then hang something there as well.
Yeah.
You could have
a
photo as well, so you can incorporate a lot of different ways, a lot of different elements into here.
Very nice. This has got a freedom discount. We have taken it to £19.79, 401905. Then, oh, I know Katie loves this one.
Yes, she's getting very excited about this one. This one is one of my favorites for many reasons. To be honest, they're all my favorites. But this one's what I love is, if we look at the back, because since we are looking at this, you can see how they are done, the dies. So this is for the sides, the explosion on the sides, which if you die cut 4 of them, you can create a rosette out of it.
Yes, very good idea.
Like a big decoration. But this element here, that's the pop-up. You can put that on any size card. You don't necessarily always need to use it with explosion. However, if you do...
Can we see it? Yay.
Look at that.
Ta-da! I love it. Again, it's such a wonderful surprise somebody's going to get when they open it up.
It's just like, it looks from something flat, something very pretty, because it's a pretty card. And by the way, this one was done by Karen Burniston. But look at that.
That's amazing.
Look at the dimension. Look at and that is just... Now, there is a couple more.
Yeah.
Let's show you. So see the variation of sizes?
Yeah, right. I get that.
So it doesn't need to be, like, I'll put them side by side, so you realize that it doesn't need to be a set size.
That's cool. Yeah, and I love the fact that you said, like, you can do your rosette if you go all the way around.
And there's a...
Oh, that's amazing. Do you know that, to me, that's a table display?
It is, yeah.
That you pop out on lovely celebrations like this one. So this, again, has a freedom discount. It's £20.69, 440455. Then we go on to the pivot panels.
So this one is a very simple one. If you want something that is very simple to put together but looks amazing, this one I would recommend too. This one is, look at that.
That's cool, isn't it?
So open it up, completely flat.
Yeah,
and
nice.
And look at that. It comes even with the presents in there as well. And look at that. I mean, I'm thinking, oh, sorry.
Sorry?
It was, 12 minutes in. I mean, that was the record of how late I was for knocking something. But you can see all the presents. I love that one.
It's really pretty, isn't it? Again, another freedom discount. Got a lot of freedom discounts, which is fabulous. £19.79, 205334. Oh, then the flower pots. This is another really good one.
So this one, you see it and you're thinking, well, yeah, it's lovely. But look at that, how flat it kind of comes in, completely flat. There we have it, flat, beautiful. And then,
ta-da! That's awesome. It's so amazing, this engineering.
And again, it's easy to put together. And as I said, I haven't had time, and I feel that I wish Karen could have been here to show you, because she is such a good, amazing teacher. But you can see there, look at everything that you can see, how amazing that. I mean, it looks like proper flowers.
Yeah, it does.
And we do have got those lines as well on the show.
£21.99, 328772. Then we've got the woven basket. I should just say, I'm sorry if I haven't yet said this, that everything's going, because it's coming from the States, it's going to be dispatched on the 24th of March. I may have said that at the beginning, but I can't remember.
I think you did say.
Good, okay, fine.
No, of course, this one is similar, but it's a little bit different in the sense that this one does not require a card. The other one, this one is just folds flat, but it has got the woven element, which is totally 3D, so you create that, and then you kind of look at that. Look at this. This is just gorgeous. And by the way, the sentiments we do have got in the show, and the reason why they are really cool is because you can see it's one die, and it can float.
It does. I love that.
Which is so important for a pop-up.
Yes, indeed. I think that's brilliant. That's really busy. £23.99, 788-215. And then, oh, that's gorgeous.
Yes, it is. It's just another version of it.
Yeah.
Go flat and then...
Beautiful. And I like the weave in the basket too.
It is, and you create that with the die.
Excellent. Then we've got the twist panel pop-up. This is another fab one.
I will say, this one is the one that I had to refer to the website to her tutorials. I mean, it could have been because I woke up at 6 a.m. and I was trying it at 4 p.m. and I was like, after a full day of work.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
However, it was only about the question of where I was putting the glue. But look at that.
Oh, amazing. So cool. I love all these things.
And then that one as well. I mean, look how gorgeous it folds. Quite, like almost like it was two foam pads in there. And then
ta-da! Oh, that's just too gorgeous. I'm loving these dies. Thank you, Paola. So this is £26.99, 424715. We have got some charms actually on the website. You can shop ahead, but I know you want to see the demos now. So look at all those lovely little charms, because you've got garden charms, and you've been seeing these on a lot of the samples. You've got the happy hour charms, feathered animals. Oh, look at the cat and dog. Oh, that's adorable. They're so sweet, aren't they? So, yes, we've got a really, really busy show. We've got sentiments also for you. Oh, look at those dies. Is that a camera and a TV and whatnot?
Yeah, it's very retro. Yeah,
it is. I love the antenna on the TV. That's cool, isn't it? Now, if you've got any questions, then please feel free, send them in to studio@hochanda.com. And I believe a little bit later on, we're going to hopefully be speaking to Karen herself. So
indeed, we are. Now, of course, I will say it again. I'm a little bit, it's just it's in a bit of I wish I had 10 times as much more time as I have had, because it has been a very busy week with work and everything. But I hope I do them justice. Now, the first thing I done with this dies is I'm going to show you can you see that it comes imprinted with it? Now, I put my personal, I love magnets, because then I know I just kind of find them easily. But you don't have to. Of course, that way which dies are which set.
I know what you're saying.
Now, the other thing I would say is the instructions come in the packaging, so you don't have to, if you don't want to have to watch a video, that's fine. You can just follow the instructions in here. So this is what I do. I have got my cards in here, so I have got the big tag, which actually is a lovely shape. It's a lovely shape in itself, so I would know that I would use that for something else. Yep. Then it comes with a hinge as well. The hinge in here So I kind of put it, see if I put enough, yeah, cut it frame there. So the hinge is, again, is one of those things that you can use it for so many other projects. You could create a mini album with a hinge. You could create a mini album using the tag and the hinge in itself. You don't have to use all the time the pop-ups. Then I'm going to take the pop-up element inside it in here.
Okay.
And then I'm going to secure it with low tag tape. Now that's going to be the inside. So I'm going to take this is our kind of a decorative element in there.
You were saying as well, we've got some pink frog cardstock on here.
Oh, yes, we do.
And you're saying the size is perfect for these dies?
They are. So basically what happened the other week is Mr. Pink Frog, Andrew.
Mr. Pink Frog, I love that.
He knows that I'm a massive fan of the watercolor card.
Yes.
So he handed me some pieces that he had. And I said, actually, these pieces are very, very, very good. They are 21 centimeters by 13 centimeters, which roughly is the same width as A5,
right?
But it's a bit shorter than an A5.
Okay.
So it's not an A5 size, but it is a fabulous size for this. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just low tech.
I like that dispenser actually.
Yeah, I do, but it has come apart.
Oh.
Right, so you have got a lot more different elements in here that are mostly decorative that coordinate. So this is what I need. Now you need 2 tags and you need 2 elements for the pop-up elements. Okay. Right. Now what you can do, and this is what is also great about this line, is because the dies themselves are not massive.
Okay.
It means that you can use all your scrap cards.
Yeah, that's what we're good. Yeah, that's what we
that,
like.
to me, is another reason why I think Karen is a genius. Because instead of giving you massive dies that obviously would be very expensive to manufacture and to do, it has given you this right size, so you can then look, cut and score everything.
Perfect.
If I put it there.
You
can see the score lines, and obviously by using watercolor card, I was hoping it shows exactly where the score lines are, even in white. So putting that aside. Now, of course, look at that.
Paper clips.
Paper clips. Look at that.
That looks so real.
That is a die. That is a die included in the one-day special, and you are getting 2 of them in the one-day special.
Love it.
So I'm going to put them here so I don't lose them. Look, proper paper clips.
That looks so cute. That's
and
so
you can
cool.
do them both sides. Look at that.
Yep.
Right, and this is the elements as well from that same. And this is what just one die set.
Yeah, yeah. And you're getting for 3.
It's massive. It's just, you are getting how many?
43 dies.
Right. So we have got the decorative element here.
Okay.
Okay. And I'm trying to be organized, but I'm failing miserably.
You do it all
so
right.
please do forgive me for that. Now, there I have got another one that I've done earlier. See, this is what I mean. You could create a lovely tag book or tag card, and then you just use the. Can you see the hinge in there?
Ah.
And then it has got 2 folds or 3 folds, and just score them. Or actually, it has got 3 lines, so you score them the 2 outside.
Got you.
So that will give you a little bit of a gusset?
Yeah, we could call it that.
Yep. So then you put them side by side. Remember, I'm looking at the instructions. You can see there, except one. It tells you die cut 2 larger ones.
That's really good.
Now
good step
here,
by step.
you can glue it inside or outside. It's up to you. I think it depends how decorative you want to do it. So I'm going to put it on the. On the inside.
Okay.
The reason being why I was doubting is because the card has got a slight ridge to it, and sometimes that makes it.
Would you recommend glue rather than red liner tape for assembling these?
Well, I was watching the videos that Karen herself has put for these, and she recommends, a fast-drying glue, and also or red liner tape. She uses both, but she kind of thinks if you get along with a strong adhesive, wet glue, that is better because it kind of the bond is stronger.
Got you.
However, if you are like, if sometimes it's a little bit more messy, so know your limitations. Like, sorry, that's not a little bit, but it's like I know my limitations. Sometimes it's like kind of I'm a little bit messy.
Okay.
So I kind of I will use double-sided tape.
Lovely.
Right. that's done like this, and I have got my piece here. Now, this one I have got one that I done just before it, so it has got the scores here. Now, here again, look at the instructions. It comes in the instructions. It tells you. So basically, that one goes inwards. Can you see that? So that one, and you have to gently tease it.
Yep.
So I kind of do like that, and then put it backwards like that.
Okay.
And then that one goes like a mountain fall. Okay. And then that one goes inwards.
Right.
So like that.
Got you. Oh, that's nice and easy. Looks like a deck chair.
Yeah. It does. You know what? The first time. Now it's just kind of gently tease it. Sometimes, and this is why I like watercolor card, because it has got a little bit more flexibility.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's kind of good to test it. Now, what you do is can you see that it's perfectly engineered to have them like this, and then that will work like this.
Yep.
And that will work like that. But of course, how you join them is by that tab in here.
Oh, how good.
And that will go like this.
Aha, right.
So
that is nice and easy.
Here, yeah. So we can do. I'm gonna attach that glue in here. And of course, I did stop a couple of times because, I was talking, and sometimes when I talk, I have to stop.
Oh, that's all right. It's all good. But how easy when you then see how it comes together.
Yeah, it
Ah.
is. There it is.
And whoever receives this is going to be super chuffed, because every time you open it up, it's a little surprise.
There. And then what you can do is put it like that. So when I kind of slide it down, hold it together.
Yeah. Could even get a little clip on that just to hold it.
Okay. And then, that's what she'd recommend. So, and look how when I fold it, nothing comes up.
No.
Even though I have got that.
Yeah.
And then,
ta-da! Oh, that's so
and then
cool.
you have got the dies
Yep.
to do that if you wanted to.
Okay.
So, for instance, I can take it, and just to show you, let's do the
We're over 20% of the one-day special gone. You're liking this?
and
Me too.
kind of take that one in there, and then just run it through.
Lovely. Because then you've got all the decorative panels
Yeah.
then. Yeah.
And
Which is
then-
fabulous.
And then run it through.
Okay. Moved a little bit.
Yeah,
That's all right.
well, that's all right. I don't mind it because you kind of, and then you could see it that will match,
Nice.
create a bit of a gap in
Yeah.
there, and then you have got all these elements that you can then
Cute.
even you could put them if you wanted. I mean, here it might show a little bit, but you can see these ones. Sorry, I was using the leftovers. You can see
Yeah.
that you have got that. You have
Decorate
got
that.
a little hearts in
Oh, so
here.
there's so many extra elements that are
You
really
can
cute.
then put so many.
Yeah.
So many. Look at that. You could put them like this. You can put even the borders like that. And of course, if you wanted to create even a more solid element here, you can die cut another one
Yeah.
out of and put it on top, and that would be even a bigger piece. And that is how you construct it.
Yay. And because it folds flat as well, even in for your scrapbooking.
Absolutely, yeah,
Yeah.
that's a very good point. Thank you for reminding me,
Oh, that's all right.
because that's one of the things. This one it will be in the horizontal, because this is my art journal. I haven't put it in here yet, but I just wanted to show you how this
Brilliant.
would kind of glue it in here. So you glue that,
Yeah.
you glue that, and then you have got this in here.
When you open it
Or
up.
you could use it without the tag.
Sure.
You could just use those two mechanisms inside the
Yeah.
book.
Oh, I think that's good, don't you?
And then it would fall completely flat.
Yeah,
and if you
amazing.
could even put it even like that. So you could even have it
Yeah.
in a different way. So
Oh, awesome. Brilliant stuff. Now, I believe that we do have Karen on the phone, who is our lovely designer of these wonderful dies. Karen, are you there?
I am here.
hi, Karen.
Ah, hello, Karen. Can I just say, as soon as we all saw your fantastic dies and the samples that have been sent over, everybody was like, "Oh my word, it's so cool!"
Well, there were squeaks in the studio, no?
There
Of joy.
were. And of course, so Karen, you know Paola from previous.
I do know Paola. We've known each other for many years.
Many years.
Yeah, because I think you, Paola, you said at the beginning you went on a workshop.
Yeah,
and
and I worked in the south of England and a really lovely countryside. And then, that's when I attended one of our workshops.
Amazing. So, Karen, where did it all start for you, coming up with all these concepts?
No, it's crazy. I have been making cards for many, many years, but it took a long time to kind of figure out how I could merge that in with my paper crafting.
Yeah.
So I started out, as Paola said, with templates that I would just make with, I would CAD draft them, and it would be, you take your craft knife and your scoring tool, and, it would take you a long time to make one pop-up.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
And
then once we got into dyes, of course, now it's much easier.
Oh, much easier. And then you just get so much pleasure, because then it's the creativity rather than thinking about the measuring and scoring. You've done all the hard work for us.
Yeah.
That's right. With the die sets, everything, all the cutting, scoring, all that's done for you. You just get to spend your time on the assembly and the decorating, which is really the most fun part.
Yeah.
Amazing.
What I love about your dies is the fact that I know that from the moment I open them, I have got like different stages of help, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Because you have got a fabulous YouTube library of tutorials, but I actually, if I'm completely honest, I wanted to test them without referring to them first, and all of them are so easy to put together.
Good.
They are, but yet when you open them.
They're
I'm thinking
so
how they work,
Yeah.
and even though I have put them, some of them are still like thinking, how does it work?
Yeah. So, like we said, you've done the hard work for us, and we really appreciate it. And everybody is absolutely loving it here. So, hopefully, we'll get you over at some point.
Yeah, you need to come and show us how.
I absolutely want to come and. Oh, sorry. I hope I didn't step over anybody.
No.
A little bit of a delay here in Texas, but. I just have to say thank you so much to you, Paola, for stepping in and doing this for us, and to our amazing design team for making all those samples for the show. So we really appreciate it.
Thank you, Karen.
Wonderful.
It's an honor because, not only we have been friends, but I have admired Karen for a very, very long time. So you are, the original that brought, or in my opinion, you were the first one that I saw doing these intricate templates. And in my opinion, that is so special to be representing you here today. And I hope to see you very soon.
Oh, brilliant stuff. Well, Karen, you keep safe, eh?
Thank you so much.
And it's lovely to chat to you, and we'll hopefully get to see you really soon.
We hope so too. Thank you so much.
Okay, take care. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, that was lovely, isn't it?
She's so lovely. She's so lovely. Last time I saw her, she was in London, and I took we spent a whole day in London and showing that it was really great day.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Right then, so back to what we've got on the show. We've got some charms that are again really busy, and they are adorable. Now, $11.99 for this set. There's 7 dies in here. And this is the flowers and the bee. I mean, the bees, just too cute. 672333 is your item number. Next up, we've got the garden charms. Here they are. And you can see you've got, look at all those elements. There's the little rake, there's the gloves, there's a little spade, watering can. It's adorable. Loving that. $10.99, 563130. Excuse me. And then we've got the feathered animals. So you can piece them all together. There's the turkey and the owls. Love that. $14.99. You're getting 11 dies. 394486. Excuse me. Now, over a quarter of the stock of the one-day special has gone. It's about creating the most amazing mechanical cards. But as we were just saying, the dies do the hard work for you, so that then you can just enjoy the decorating, and what a wonderful surprise you get when you open this up. Boom! Amazing. Absolutely amazing. You just can't help but keep opening it. So that's your photo collage. Then we've got our circle pop-up dies. And then open that. That looks so brilliant, doesn't it? And then the tag die is here. Ta-da!
Can I say something? something.
Oh yeah, go for it. Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
gonna, one of the things again that I love about Karen, and I forgot to send, is that not only she gives you the dies, but also like she will give you the beads in here that I didn't forgot to put them to show.
Excellent.
So see, even those decorations, and if you look at this finished sample, you can see it how they are like that. So even those mechanisms that I don't mind, but if you want to disguise them, you have got the die that cuts the perfect shape for them.
Absolutely.
Sorry.
No, that's
It's
all right.
gonna go.
She's gone. And then a few more. Look at this. This is so cool. Amazing. I love this one. And then back to another one with the circle. And the design team have done a wonderful job, haven't they? And that's using the charm. So pretty much there's a lot of stuff on this show that works brilliantly together. I was just looking for another one of these. Now, our Katie in my head has just done the maths and it works out at 162 per die. But you're just going to have oodles of fun with these dies. Let's do one more. Oh, love that. And Karen's on there herself, so we get to see. £15 saving on your one-day special, and we've also got a flexi buy. 2 payments, it'll swivel around, that is, of £34.99. 43 dies in total. 512946 is your item number. And now we're busy right across the board. We've got the charms, as we said. We've got the basket weave die. There's the exploding flowers. I'm just trying to see what else we've got. Charm pop-ups, the circle charm pop-up. We've got the explosion pop-up. They're brilliant. There's so much. They're really cool. I love cards, and well, you can even put it on a piece of home decor if you want to, that do this sort of thing. I love that retro with the TV. What does that remind me of? Katie probably won't know, but Andy will in my head. Do you remember the lovely the cartoon Will o' the Wisp? And they had the TV on there. Andy, anybody remember? Oh, that's all right. It's just maybe you'll know at home. The talking telly. It's just what I see. Oh. Anyhow,
shall we do the collage, photo collage pop-up?
I love this one.
So again, I love. Can we go look at the packaging?
Yeah.
The packaging has got a amazing inspiration from the inside, from outside, which to me is always it's great to have that. It has got, it tells you even the photo size that you need.
Oh, good.
So then when you print them out, both in inches and centimeters, then it tells you also the sample, if you use any additional dies, which ones they are.
Yeah.
So again, information there. And also here is you can see all the different dies. So you will know if there is one missing or if there is one that is shouldn't be there, you will know. Also, it tells you choose your own card size. So you can choose different size cards.
Okay.
Again, turn it back and the instructions are there. They are printed as well, the dies in real size. So again, easy to follow it there. I kept it in packaging, but again, I put it on my magnetic sheet because that's how my brain works.
No, I get
the magnetic sheet.
I like storage.
Yeah, I do like a storage. Now I take the main element and I'm taking the banner sort of die. Again, low tack tape because that's the kind of thing that secures them into place.
Sure.
And I'm not going to die cut the other. Well, I'm not going to die cut these ones, but you can see that I'm going to show you how they look once you die cut them.
Lovely.
I'm going to put them into here. And then you have got the bases, and I'm going to explain why. You have got even the word smile in there as well.
Nice.
Now, I'm not sure. I like to put them all together like this and run it through the die cutting machine.
Yeah, saves time.
It saves time.
Yeah.
But of course, be careful at home if you put multiple dies because of that thing, that if they overlay, they might damage. And that will happen across any die cutting machine or any die cut dies. You know, that's something
I've
that
done
happens.
it. Death of the die.
It is like overlap them, and I only done it once in, I don't know, I have been teaching die cutting since 2004, so I think it's a good going, but still I wouldn't do it again.
Absolutely. I think you only ever do it once, to be honest.
It is. So then put them like this, and again, look, can I show you the decorative die, but I just love it so much. This ticket one.
Oh, look. It's actually got ticket written on it.
That is so cute, isn't it? I just think, it's just those little elements that, you know, she could have just, Karen could have just given you the pop-up mechanism, but no, she filled the plate, she made sure that everything was there for you to use. And of course, the instant frames, as I call them, remember that you can put pictures behind it, and then there I have it, two of those ones. Okay. And then I've got all the bits. All right. So I like to show you that how they come, you know, how you use them, how you put them into the piece of card.
Yeah.
Then put that aside and take that. And of course, I'm going to use that for another project.
Yep.
I never throw anything away. Put the decorative dies aside, and then I keep that piece and those 4 ones in here. And
Can't
again,
wait to
I'm
see
going to
this.
put my instructions here, just because I kind of, you know, this is what I have done it a few times, but not enough to be comfortable. Now, so what you do is that piece in here, you can see that it's been scored and die cut perfectly into size. So it kind of, you just go fold those folds and kind of train them. I think Karen says train them.
Yeah.
And there,
Ah.
there you have.
Okay.
There, that's
Little
it.
sandwich.
Little sandwich. So you see, can you see? Now that creates that element in here.
Right.
So what she recommends you to do is to put glue in one side, whichever side you put it. I think she puts it in the right hand side. In the video that I watched, it was in the right hand side. So
Right.
this is just pearly wings that I put onto my watercolor because I wanted something more a little bit artistic for them. There I have got. So you can see that through this hole that the die already creates.
Yeah.
I can see that it are, you know,
The center.
the center
Yeah.
over here, right? You could glue them because this is the way I do it. I glue it down as close as possible to the edge, and then I know it's going to be there. Right, so then you have got the pieces in here. Now again, this is what it is in here. It tells you where is step 2. Now, it
So you're
tells
only
you
gluing that side, not that side?
not that side.
Okay,
so
fine.
then, like that. Can you see that dot in there? That
Cute.
is embossed?
Yeah.
So then you put a little bit of glue in the back here. Well, that's a lot of glue. It never comes up until it comes too much of it. It's like glue and buses. There we have it. Can you see that line comes
Perfect,
perfect
yeah.
in there? And then can you see that? That's kind of the mechanism.
Yep.
There. Okay. And then that one. Oh, sorry. I think I made a mistake. Oh, apologies for that.
That's all right.
I really apologies.
Don't worry. Live
That
on
one
TV.
is. This one goes in here. Sorry, Karen must be watching and thinking, oh no, you do. Now I just realized that one goes like this, and this one goes like that. Can you see it?
Ah, yeah.
There it is. It's the first time I made that mistake. Of course, the first time and the second time I didn't make a mistake.
Don't worry. Like you said, you've not.
There it is. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Now the same thing here. So we kind of put that one in here. Okay.
And once you get on a roll with these, if you're batch making, you'll do it in your sleep then.
No, but see that little mistake, and also if I made a mistake, I made it. How much paper I have wasted? Hardly any. I mean, I would have wasted maybe about 4 inches?
Yeah.
Square.
It's all right.
It's just, it's just not that. So I think that have I done it right? Now I kind of think I done it right. Yes, I have done it right. Oh, that just went there. Oh, cool. Have I? Sorry, apologies for this. Okay, now goes in.
Ah, slots like that.
Okay, and then I'm making it look much more difficult than it look. Have I done it? Oh yeah. Sorry.
That's all right.
It has come undone.
It's the glue that hasn't grabbed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And, it's because also as well, I think when you're on live TV, you sort of feel like you have to speed up.
Oh
don't you?
yeah. So now what I do is I train it a few more times. Sorry about this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that. So you make sure like this, and then you glue it.
Now that's when you glue it.
But you
right.
train it.
Yeah,
you train
that
it.
makes sense.
Okay. Okay. Let's hold it a few seconds.
I'll show you one of the finished ones. Here you are. Because then it starts to it makes sense how it all comes together. Ah, you can see the mechanism now because it twirls. Very good. Look at that. Love it. So grand. Okay.
It's not gluing.
Come on, glue.
Come on,
I'll get
glue.
another one. I'll get another one.
Grab another one. Yeah.
Yeah. This one here. There we go. Ta-da! I could just do this for hours. Literally, just do this for hours.
It's not glued. Okay, this is why I have got this the other option.
Red liner.
Red liner.
Do a bit of that.
I don't know why. Maybe I have glued too. It's just too wet, or maybe. Okay, let's hope. And if it doesn't, oh no.
Phew.
Oh, red liner tape to the rescue. There we have it. Now, once you have it like this, what she recommends is you take. Can you see those 2 pieces in here?
Yes.
So of course I would put that one first, and then that's more decorative.
Yeah.
So just starts by adding this one in here. Okay. Like that, and then you start adding the other ones in here. Where is it? I believe that's the ones. There and there.
Okay.
So let's do that.
Come on, glue, don't let us down now.
Oh yeah, should it have the? There we have it. There.
So that's the top bit.
And then what you do is kind of gently tease it. No, again, it's just the glue. It doesn't want to do.
I think we might have to go to red liner.
Oh yeah, it's this red liner tape. Oh, you know, wonders of life, TV.
Don't worry.
It's like, I usually, like, I did it with the same paper, the same glue at home.
Could be though in the studio. Obviously, we've got different temperatures going on, so.
Well, or maybe it knows that it's a bit shy. It doesn't want. Oh, I'm making it, yeah.
That's cool. We are now 30% of the stock gone on the one-day special.
Okay, so let's see. Now it's not. No, it's not. What did? You know what? It's going all.
Oh, bless you.
You know what? This demo, it hasn't worked.
Do you want me to poodle off with it?
Yes.
Okay, fine.
Yes.
Let's have the sample. Where's
Yeah.
this one gone?
Because this is like something I had done something. It is working, but it's just like. Can you see that it's just gluing to itself now?
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, it is the glue, so that
There
will
we
be.
go. So here's another one that you can see. There we go. That's fabulous.
I mean, it is working. It's just like, can you
Oh,
see
there you go.
it? But it's just a little bit. It takes a little bit sometimes. So
Okay.
it's the glue. Yeah, it's this. Now, what you need to do then is when you do this. See here, it kind of has seeped through it. So can you see that is the one?
Yeah.
Then here, what you need to do is just make sure that every time that you add one, you train it. So basically, when you do this, not going for you.
The glue
yeah.
is on the naughty stack. This glue.
Oh, it is actually. Yeah. It's funny because I literally done this before I go into the shop with the same card, the same glue, and the same, and it's just like suddenly it's just kind of one of those ones. So kind of like these. Can you see?
That's looking really good.
Can you see?
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter if it comes. So what I do is I kind of almost glue it. Now these ones in here. Here again, here I know that is the glue. I think it's that glue that is just funny because I don't understand it. There is no reason for it not to work.
But it's all coming together now, which is good.
Yeah. Now there we have it. So again, just put it like that. So. Can you see?
Yeah, it's great.
Then we have got. Now, oh, sorry, as well, something has gone there. I would use the squares. You know those squares from here?
Oh, yeah, don't
so
waste
you can
those.
use those ones as well.
Smaller ones,
The smaller ones. This is the one that is kind of attached to the bottom. So I'm going to kind of just go like this. So don't worry too much about that one because that's the one that the glue has seeped through. But then you can do maybe even the ticket. So you just see.
Yeah, on the charms. You can pop the charms on
so
there.
again, just check where it goes and then kind of glue it there. And then kind of put it in here and glue it. So everything that you have got, there you have it.
There you go.
And you could, then what she does is add more like this. So you could then add one more here. There.
Oh, that's great. It makes it really full then, doesn't it?
And then,
train
can you
that.
see?
Yeah.
So every time you train it, every time, even you could put it one here, for instance. Because that one works like this. I mean, that one, for instance, I kind of realized that it's a little bit, comes up a little bit too much, so kind of going to
move that.
put
Got a
it
bit
like
of wiggle
this.
time.
Well, with this glue, there is all the time in the world that doesn't attach it. So, but look at that. See,
So
can you
that's
see how
brilliant.
can you attach that?
And you can build it up and build it up and build it up. Yeah. I love that. Thank you, Paula.
Well, that was a little bit. It's much easier than I made it look like. But
all
remember,
good.
you have got tutorials online by Karen
Absolutely.
herself. So I do apologize for that kind of convoluted.
Right, now samples we've put together, the wonderful tech team have put together a very nice video showing you the samples that have been sent over from the Karen's design team. So let's take a little look. Now we're nearly a third of the stock of our one-day special gone. I think you're going to just absolutely adore using these. They're fab. Which one are you going to do now, Paula?
Shall we do the charm accordion?
Yeah, why
Or
not?
we could do that one just to show a different one, or we could do one from the one-day special. It's up to you.
Katie, what would you like?
Katie's the voice.
This one, all right then.
Katie's the voice in our ears.
Yeah.
Now, I'm trying to... Did you see my post that I said that I'm not a craft hoarder, I'm a zero waste.
I thought that was genius.
Zero waste crafter. So I keep everything, like even the plastic that comes in.
Wow, that's
just so
great.
kind of, yeah. So the charm accordion, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take my piece of card. Again, one of the things that I wanted to showcase is how little card you need
Yeah.
for this, or how good it is to use it with cards that we have got, in our stash bag, our boxes, full of stuff that we haven't used, or we have used bits and pieces. Do you have what?
What, a little craft stash of bits? Yes, I do. So
this is perfect to use.
And the charms, because they're a great size, aren't they?
Absolutely.
Oh, I love them.
Absolutely. So there we have got the die. No. You can see it has cut and scored every line that we need it to. So we kind of fold it in here, and of course it has scored that line. Of course I use it with ridges, but it does have a scored in the middle.
Yeah.
And then this kind of comes in like that as well. And you see that it's just magical, isn't it? That's like... So what you get, it's like that's all it matters. Now we have to join them in order for them to open them up, and this is one of the things that it has got two ways, so you could do it either way, in my opinion. Then I'm going to take the hinge sort of element, and then I'm going to die cut it out of white again using scrap pieces, and then let's just put it in here.
Okay.
And then just kind of run it through.
So if you want to go for this one, it's a separate set. Oh, do you get the... Oh, nice. All right, you've got 19 dies. You get the birthday charms as well with it. £34.99, 620305 is your item number.
Right, so you get a hinge as well. So this hinge means that when I have got another one that I'm going to have here, that's going to hinge it together. So again, you could die cut two, you can make it into a larger project if you wanted to, but that's what. And then it has got that other hinge in there. Also, that's a frame, so you can use it. So everything has been thought perfectly for multiple things. So there we have got a little hole, so make sure that goes on the top, because that's where you would hang the element charm.
Okay.
So I'm going to put that one in here and that. So now here, how she does it, she tells you to put it is, I think it's when like that. So then you glue them like this. See, I've done this a little bit rogue in my sample but look at that. So shall we do it with red liner tape.
Why not? Let's be safe.
Let's be safe. So let's put a little bit of red liner tape. The only thing with red liner tape is that I do not cut it to the right length. So that's the only problem with me. Right, we have got it. And then we kind of lift it up. And then there we have it. Now, if you see, now it's not even attaching. It's like,
What's going on this evening?
It's like, yeah, this is like,
Nothing
it's
wants
just,
to
I don't understand it, because it's like, you could say, oh, maybe it's the card, or maybe it's that, but it's not. I have been doing this exactly with this card, the same card. And it's like, there we have it. Dot at the top.
Dot at the top, okay.
There's it. And then we put that in here. And then that kind of folds.
Oh, that folds in half, right.
Oh, but of course it's not gluing, is it?
What is going on? Oh, my love.
I was going to say the gods of the glues, the adhesives, are having a field day with me. That's I don't understand. It's like, really?
Right, we're gonna will this to stick down now.
Exactly.
Everybody at home will channel the energy of the glue.
Okay, fingers crossed, that. There we have it.
Okay.
Look at that. But
That's
how,
cool.
I mean, obviously I have had a mishap with the glue. Well, or the glue wasn't cooperating. So you can see now, of course, what you can do is that you can take the hinge and you can elongate it. So you can do twice that, and then you could have...
Could you keep going and keep going?
And you can keep going, because then it will fall completely flat.
Because I was like, things like, happy birthday banners and whatnot,
Yeah.
And writing New Year and all that.
And then, of course, in here, I haven't used, but there is all these little hearts and charms that you can just... Shall we do them? So you can see
Oh, that would
them.
be nice.
So I think, and also you have got the decorative squares that will fit perfectly in there.
Right.
So shall we do the flower, the star?
Why not?
Yeah, this one's just like
Okay,
this.
run those through. But even down to that, the little, circle to hang them from is brilliant.
They are. So I'm going to use, of course, satin mirror card.
Yeah, it looks really effective then. They look real then, those jump rings.
There. And then let's see if I have got time to do that. I'm living dangerously,
You
like
are.
not taping them together. But
Hopefully they'll be okay.
they will be okay. Hopefully they will be. Yeah.
So the details are on screen. You get 19 dies in total, $34.99, 620-305.
Okay. I never had so many issues with glue as in my life. I don't understand it. Now, of course, there we have got the flowers, the charms. Look at this. The little...
Yay.
Oh, look at that. It's just so
Little
cute.
jump rings.
They look
so real.
And of course, and then, so I'm going to put them in here. And what you could do is just thread them through.
Yeah.
I just think they are genius. And then just put them through in here. Where is it? I'm doing upside down.
I was going to say that's more difficult.
Yeah. And there it is.
Ah, that is adorable. Loving them, absolutely loving them.
Shall we do the heart or the... Well, yeah, that's going to do that.
We got a minute.
But see, this is another element that you could use it in any card. You don't have to use every element for...
I feel like you could make your own paper bracelet, really,
Oh,
with
yeah.
the charms.
Look at that.
Oh,
How quick and easy it
so
was. I mean,
gorgeous.
this is so easy.
Love that. So as I said, details are on screen for you, 620-305. This is what you're getting. There we go, all of those wonderful dies. 19, nice and easy to do. Shall I finish off with just a few samples from the one-day special?
That would be lovely.
There
Now
we go.
remember that Karen has got so many different tutorials on how to make them, how to assemble, what you can do it, based on some of the design team as well. But her design team, for instance, Kelly Booth and people like her, have been with Karen for years and years and years and years, which means that she looks after people. It's like a community of pop-up. There is, by the way, a Facebook group of Karen Burniston pop-up cards. So please do search online for that one, because there is a lot of information, a community. So it's great to be part of that.
Absolutely. So, excuse me, if you want to go for the one-day special, you can spread the cost. 2 payments of £34.99. 512946 is your item number. You can give us a call, 01733602000, or check out on the website. And Paola, we'll be back with you at 9 p.m. 9 p.m. tonight. Make sure you're joining, Paola. And coming up next, I'm going to skip across the studio to see Zoe for Angela Poole. Slot and spin, that's really cool. And then we've got Craft Yourself Silly afterwards.
Hochanda will be supporting Stamporama, an incredible art, stamp and papercraft show, and we would like to invite you to come along and meet us on Sunday the 3rd of May. Stamporama brings together the UK's most dedicated and gifted craft experts, all available to inspire you with their knowledge and expertise. You'll find us in Hall 2 at the Yorkshire Events Centre, located within the great Yorkshire Showground, Harrogate. Advanced ticket holders receive an early show entry from 9:30 a.m, allowing you extra time to browse before the show opens at 10 a.m. There'll be free demonstrations, make and takes, and also a refreshment area where you can take the weight off your feet after all that shopping. Tickets are available from Hochanda in advance for only £3 each. So what are you waiting for? Treat yourself to a fantastic crafty day out. Order your tickets today from hochanda.com.
Hi, I'm Bev. Hi, I'm Sam, and we're from Be Crafty. Be Crafty is a family-run company. Sam is my sister, and we love bringing brand new products to Hochanda. We manufacture and design all our own ranges of stamps, inkables, MDF, lots and lots of inspiration that we love to bring and share with you. If you tune in to Hochanda to join us, you'll see that mine and Bev's style are totally different. But what that does is it brings you lots of styles and techniques that you can include in your crafting too. Our ranges are increasing all the time with the lovely hand-drawn images that Sam and myself are trying to bring to you, plus the fantastic new designs that we like to bring in the inkables, in the dinkables and the MDF as well. So you can use them across all different sorts of crafts and bring the best we can to Hochanda too. So make sure you don't miss the Be Crafty shows on Hochanda.
Hi, I'm Gina Barrett from Gina B Silkworks. We're a family company specialising in traditional crafts for the modern maker. Most of our products involve textiles and age-old techniques, from button making, lace making, weaving, and other forms of passementerie. I hope you'll be able to tune in to the Gina B Silkworks shows here on Hochanda.
Stood next to you. You are lovely. Oh, this is Zoe, if you haven't met Zoe. And you're going to be demonstrating Angela Poole's wonderful designs.
Yes, I am. Yes, really looking forward to it. They came in February. The slot and spin have done really well. Yep. So we've come back because people are loving them. Well,
we have to go straight in with samples. Now, for anybody who didn't see this show earlier on, what is the story behind this particular sample?
So this was actually made, and it was inspired by my little girl, Georgie. She struggles to sleep at night, as a lot of kids do, so she has a tea light, and it looked a little bit lonesome and a bit pathetic. And I was sat there, and I just got Angela's products, and I thought, this works so well. I could just imagine something spinning over the top. So I made this for her, and at night she'll just flick it every now and again, and then she just goes off to bed. And that's my little girl, Georgie.
That's so adorable. Is she watching now?
She is with my mum.
Yes, she is.
She is, yes.
Hello, Georgie.
Thank you. Thank you. She'll be very excited now.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
You've got me starstruck standing next to you, and then you've just done that for my daughter. Thank you.
Oh, gorgeous. Right, made me blush now as well. Right, so we've got, again, more brilliant samples. So you can make them not just for ladies, but for gents, basically, we were saying earlier on.
Yes. This collection it's a vintage collection. It's kind of a vintage chic collection, but we've got plenty of samples that show it's not just for the feminine side. We've got the Enchanted Mist collection of cards,
indeed,
which is sort of very kind of feminine and gentle, ethereal. But then we can move it to like you've just shown with the steampunk, and another one here. We can make it really quite masculine as well.
Nice. And now I love the book that you've got.
Isn't this beautiful?
It is. Look at this. And we're fine to make to sell, aren't we?
Yes. There's no cap on it at all, so you can make as many things as you want, sell them as much as you want, and spread the slot and spin love.
Excellent. Now, this is a very clever one.
Isn't this? This was done by Angela. This is so inspirational, this, and really good, you know, for a masculine card. Really, really good for that.
Nice.
The design team have been absolutely fantastic. They really have. They've enjoyed it. You can see how much we've enjoyed it because of the amount of samples that we've made, and the diversity as well.
Yeah, and these are sort of based on the spinny things that you get at garden centres, right?
It is, yes. That's where Angela draws a lot of inspiration from things in nature and that sort of thing. Yeah, and the spinny things that you see in the garden centres, the not the chiming ones. We had this conversation, didn't we, with Rich? It's not ones that make a chime and make a noise, but it's the ones that just spin in the wind, and that's where it came from. And Angela had made plenty of these, and they were on her windowsill, and the window was open, and she just noticed them spinning in the breeze, and it really is so relaxing. You know, you just see them sit and spin, and they're just so beautiful. They really are, but they can also be made quite personal because we've got some with pictures, some with photographs, and they're just keepsakes, aren't they? They're not just one thing there that you'll get given and then that's it, you bin it. It's a keepsake, and the collection is timeless. It's not on trend, you know, it's not just a fad, it's a timeless collection, and it's such a full collection. I think she's really given us everything that we need to be able to do a whole, you know, card. We can take the stuff and we can do a whole set of cards, and we don't need any more stamps, we don't need any more stencils, we don't need any more dies or paper, because it's all here for you.
Yes, which you'll see a little bit later on. So with these dies, they are super easy to all put together as well, which we'll see. And we've also got a freedom discount. It's £22.94, and you've got 14 dies in total, 886002. Now, you mentioned about the stamps that these work perfectly together.
Yes, they've been designed to go exactly with the dies, and they work perfectly around the dies, and in conjunction with the dies. They work perfectly on their own, but there is such a full stamp set. I don't think I've ever seen a sheet of stamps that is jam-packed like that. There's literally, she couldn't get any more on there, and it was all drawn by hand. It's all Angela's designs, it's hand-drawn, so she's done all the intricate work, because they are very intricate stamps.
Absolutely.
But they don't lose any of their detail when you stamp them, because they're such good quality.
And then so we've got that big frame here, and I was saying earlier, I love her style because I like all the swirls and the soups. It's very pleasing to the eye.
Yes, yeah, it is. It's really gentle and really pleasing. And Angela, when she went to university, she studied design, and she did when it's pattern building designs, and you can see that with everything that she's built. There is patterns involved to it, but it's not just one trick pony. It really can allow yourself to be creative and take the swirls and take the corners and the flowers and design how you want it to. So you make it really personal to your taste.
Absolutely. So you can hear we've got some examples of some of the stamps we've got just for you. The happy birthday. I love Made with Love, and also all the way around the card too.
Yes, that's with some of the stamps, but we've got the stencils to come as well. Excellent. And the stencils are in exactly the same style, so they all coordinate really well together. Yeah, you can see there that I think one of our design teams stenciled with grey then just added some glitter on, and that's again another different take on it from the Enchanted Mist colours, a different take. So it's showing that you don't have to use the Enchanted Mist. It's beautiful, the Enchanted Mist, and I'm on my 4th pack now.
There you go, going through it.
But you can see that it's not just with the Enchanted Mist. You can take it in different directions that you
Love
want.
it. I was just looking at this, because on here it says on your special day for that one. It's all in that circle, which is great. So 34 stamps. Sorry, stamps. £22.99. 162314 is your item number.
Brilliant.
Now you were talking about the Enchanted Mist card pack.
Yes. When any of Angela's customers will know that when she brings out a card pack, it's stunning. It really is. And Angela likes to focus on the ombre effects. And with this is beautiful. It's been made in the UK.
Right, which is good.
300 GSM. So, and because with the dies and the intricacy of the dies, you need a thick, good quality cardstock.
Yeah.
So 300 GSM is perfect. I wouldn't go below 250 really.
No.
But this is fantastic. It's, if I can say it right, it's been lithographically printed.
Oh, that's posh.
It sounds fantastic, doesn't it? It's been printed in a traditional manner, in how it was, in how we did print before technology's evolved. So when you score this and you fold it over, you're not going to get the cracks.
Good.
It's been printed in this way, so you don't get the cracks, so you don't see the cardstock coming through.
Love it.
So it sort of stretches a little bit, which again it just adds to the professional look of your products when you finish them.
Love it. So as you said, 300 GSM, you get 24 double-sided sheets. 378290 is your item number. And then last but not least, we've got the stencils, but you'll see the theme now running through, how it all works together beautifully. You look, A4 these, and of course you could use the whole thing, or there's the you could just use elements of it.
Yes, they work perfectly together or separately or just parts of it, and you can see just on the set. So we've got this beautiful box that's been made.
Have a look.
Isn't that stunning?
Yeah.
So people have really gone, the design team have worked absolutely tremendously to show just the variety of how it can be used.
Yeah,
that looks lovely. And then we've got the ones where there's been texture paste involved with them.
Yes, I have a look at this.
This one's lovely, isn't it? This is because I think as crafters, a lot of us struggle to make masculine cards. It's always a bit of a sticking point. So here you can see with very great ease that we can create masculine cards as well as the very feminine cards as well.
Yeah, look at that, and that one's got a bit of crackle paste too. That's fabulous. So if you want to go for these, this has got a nice freedom discount, actually, freedom price. So there it is, £15.98. 504462 is your item number. Now we're going to shimmy on down to the demo area.
We are.
In the meantime, we can show you some more beautiful finished samples.
Cool.
Now, before we start, do you want to say hello to your family across the pond as well?
I do. Our products, Angela went to America with Rich to create a vision, and the Angela Poole products were really, really well received.
Real.
Because it's something different, you know, that is, I mean, it's different and it's new for us, and across the pond it's very, very new, and they were very excited about it, and where all of her products you can get involved with the card.
Okay.
So we've got quite a lot of US viewers, but in particular we've got my family over there. So I've been allowed to say hello to them. I've got my brother Barry, I've got my sister-in-law Sandy and her sister Laurie, and then I've got my nieces Skylar, Lila and Piper. I've done it.
Well, hello from us there we go. Marvellous. Oh, and keep safe too. Right, so let's see what you're going to do.
Okay, so with this one, I've actually been a bit naughty and I've used some products that haven't been released.
But this is a bit of a sneaky peek for you at home.
Yes, it is. I've been allowed to get hold of them and use them before anyone's been anyone's used them or they've been released. These are from Pearly Winks, and they're their texture paste. So I'm going to use those. I'm going to cut and fast forward a little bit so we don't have to wait for it to dry.
Yeah.
But what is good about these is they're not a heavy paste. When you open them, you'll see that they're a very light paste, so they're not going to drag your card down.
Okay.
But having said that, again, it's 300 GSM, so it takes a lot.
Absolutely.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the aperture first, because I don't want to be trying to cut through some texture paste. So I've taken one of the apertures. Now I want this to be on a slant angle. So what I've done is, if you can see in the first one, I've cut it, it's not cut at 12 and 6. I'll explain that in a minute. It's actually cut off at 1 and 7.
Okay.
So what that means is, if I bring this into view, when you get the dies, and we must show the sample boards at some point, shouldn't we?
Oh yes, absolutely.
Yeah. When you get the dies, they've got 2 arrows, one at 12 o'clock and one at 6 o'clock, and that means that when you put your dies in and when you put the frames in, they will spin at 12 and 6.
Okay.
But I want to offset them a little bit, so I want them to I want them to spin maybe at 11 and 5. So I'm just going to set them off at a jaunty angle.
Okay. And here we go. We've got the sample boards here, so you can see how they die cut out as well. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And again, you can see that all of the hard work's been done for you, so you don't have to work anything out at all, because here is where you just slot them in, so there's no glue needed.
Fabulous. And then you can see on those too. Plus this is also showcasing some more of those stamps, how they fit wonderfully on there. But I like all the different designs, I should say, the different designs that you've got on here. There we go, and we've got the dies themselves, just so you can see. That's perfect. Now this is, again, if you want to go for it, £26 and some change. However, if you're a Freedom member, it's got a discount as well. £22.94. 886002 is your item number.
Sorry about that, Alex.
That's all right. I bet you thought I was escaping.
No, don't worry. It keeps coming unplugged.
I'm afraid you can't get rid of me that easily. I keep coming back. Right, so I've cut that out. Now I've just cut it out as if it was a thin metal die. There aren't that many touch points, so when it's going through, it's not really intricate, so it doesn't need a really thick sandwich.
That's good.
Because there's only 1 or 2 points at any given time. So now we've cut that out, I'll move that away. Then I'm going to use the new texture paste.
Ooh.
So I've got bubblegum pink.
Cool names.
And iris purple. And you'll see what I mean by how light they are when I where's the stencil? There it is. When I open them. So I'm not going to bother sticking it down. You can do if you want, but I'm not going to bother. So I'm just going to position it over. I want it to go over the crease line. And then take some of this out. And there, can you see it's like mousse?
Oh.
Isn't it? It's like mousse.
It does. Obviously, you can't eat it, but it looks it, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. And it's really light as well, like I said. And it's not really, this sounds a bit weird, but it's not really wet, so it's not going to soak your card.
Yes, makes sense.
So I don't have to be too gentle with it. The reason why I don't have to be too gentle with this stencil is that it is a thick stencil.
Yeah.
I think it's something thick, like, I don't know, maybe 350 micron.
Oh, really?
I know that the micron, the thickness of it is high, and the reason for that was so that you can do as much as you want with it.
Yes.
You know, you can really put it through its paces. So the design team and I have gone to town with things like texture paste, crackle paste, dry embossing, using it as embossing folder.
Indeed.
We've done that as well. We've done everything that we can to really use them and have a good go at them.
Yeah.
And they've stood the test of time, and that's because of the thickness.
Now, if you do want the stencils, I mean, they've got a really good Freedom price. We've taken it to £15.98. Well, is that 20% off, or is that? Russ will do the maths, because I can't do the maths in my head.
I can't do the maths.
I did get it right. 20% off.
Well done.
504462 is the item number.
It really is the perfect time to be picking these up.
Yeah.
You know, with the Freedom membership, it really is.
and Freedom Frenzy going on.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, the products are fantastic, and like I've said, they're not just on trend, they are timeless.
Yeah.
So you'll keep using these time and time again. Okay, so I'll just take that off.
Oh, look
There
at
we
that.
go.
Straight into water though, it's a good top tip.
Straight into water, and then you've got some time before it dries off. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put some just used the wrong card there.
Oh, don't worry.
Sorry.
That's all right.
I put it under here for safekeeping.
Safekeeping, that's the sort of thing I would do.
What I'm going to do is, and I don't know, most people may know this or not know this, I don't know, I've only just learnt it. When you've got texture paste, you can actually emboss it, heat emboss
Which
it.
I didn't realise that either. I'm learning this about, there's so much you can do.
Yeah, what you can do is, the only thing you have to do is wait until it completely dries.
Okay.
Or else you'll end up cracking the texture paste.
Right.
But yes, what you do is just pop it on. So I've got some clear holographic texture paste here, and then that's just going to sit and dry. And once that's dried, then I can heat emboss it from the top.
Okay.
To melt it. So I'll just get rid of that.
Yeah. But we're going to...
Oops.
I'm normally chucking it about as well. Yeah.
So I've cut to one that I've already finished. And then, so I've heat embossed the purple, so you can see that's nice and shiny. And we've still got a bit of opacity.
Oh, you think that's about right? Yeah.
It's somewhere in there, isn't it? I'm close. I don't think I'm quite right. So what I'm going to do is just heat up.
This is cool to see on the texture paste.
Yeah. It's really nice, because then if you've just want a holographic finish to it, or if you wanted a sheen to it as well, because colour texture paste is generally of a matte finish.
Absolutely, yeah.
So if you wanted it of a gloss sheen, then you need like a clear sparkle one on it.
Oh, I'm a sparkle fiend. I will chuck sparkle on everything.
So all I'm doing is I'm not heating it too much. I'm just waiting for the embossing powder just to turn.
Yeah.
And you can
there
see
it goes.
going.
It's going now.
It's going, isn't it?
Yeah.
You can see it's going. I'd already done the purple.
I love watching that. It's cool, isn't it?
It's pretty. It really is. But like I said, I only found out about this before, that you could do this. And it works really well with clear embossing powder and then sparkle.
Yeah.
A clear texture paste and then a sparkly embossing powder. You just have to wait. Thankfully, this texture paste from Pearly Winks is quick drying, so it doesn't take a long time. I'd actually done this one in the break, so it doesn't take a long time to dry.
Good stuff.
With some of the other makes, they can take a couple of hours.
Yeah.
And I don't necessarily think I'd try it with crackle paste, because it'll get into the things. I wouldn't do it with that, but it'd be nice to see what people come up with.
Sometimes we end up with one of those happy accidents and I actually quite like that more than the original plan.
Yeah. Okay, so that's dried off now. And then we're going to cut some of the inside bits.
Okay.
And I've already, it's like a blue pizza moment, I've already come prepared.
Oh, that's all good.
So I'm going to use my
I just wanted to check it wasn't the wet one.
That's the wet one. I'm staying well away from it. So I've used my magnetic mat because I'm going to use the one that will cut out.
Yes.
So that's going to cut the frame, but then we need another one to make it so it's, you can put something inside it. It is a frame.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the arrows. So the arrows are there, and the inside arrows are going to be there, which will allow it to spin on an angle.
Okie dokie.
And we'll just run that through the machine.
Okay. You need this?
Yes, I do, don't I?
I think you do.
I do.
Okay.
Thank you.
Very nice. If you've got these lovely dies from previously, because they were on as a one-day special, we would love to see what you've been making. You can send your pictures to studio@hochanda.com or pop it onto Facebook. I love seeing what people do, because I like seeing different people's choice of colours, of card, or how they've, how they've done the composition.
Yes.
I love that.
It is really nice to see everybody else's different takes on things, and I would really encourage people, if they want to send in the pictures, I'd really love to see them. Likewise, if anybody's got any questions, if they're not sure about anything, then by all means send it into you guys, and if I can answer it I will do, or it can go to Angela and we can do some sort of blog or video on it to help explain. But with the products come, if I just show you.
Oh yes, yes.
I found this in the break, so this gives you all of the information as to how to use them, but there are videos online as well.
Excellent, nice inspiration sheet as well. I don't think I've mentioned, don't our lovely dies also already come on a magnetic sheet as well?
Yes, they do, yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, so they'll...
I love the storage.
It's really handy, especially because there's 14 dies. Yeah. So there's a lot of dies that can go missing, but they've thought to put a magnetic sheet in just so you can look after them a bit.
Nice.
Okay, so... Oh, that's the
wet one.
Okay, so I've got those there, and then all I'm going to do is just add a little bit of colour to the one of them, just so it looks a bit different.
Tie it all in.
Yeah, and just stay sort of within the keeping of the colour.
And don't forget about that cardstock, because it's lovely. It's got an ombre effect.
Yes, it has, and it goes through all the different colours as well, and they work with each other. So one colour cardstock can work with the other one.
Yeah. And you know, you might have got the cardstock in the one day special, but you might need more now because they're your consumables. How many did you say you've gone through? 4.
I couldn't help it. The problem is, Angela sent me this stuff, and it just it almost unleashes a beast. You just want to make and make and make and make and make.
Yeah. And we were saying we're good to make to sell.
Yes, without any restrictions at all.
Lovely.
Whether it's for personal use or whether it's to make some money or whether it's for charity, no restrictions whatsoever. So that's one of them, and then I'll just put a little bit on this one as well.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to stamp it.
With the stamps that we've got on the show?
Yes, yes, definitely. The photopolymer stamps, they're really, really good quality. And I've thrown everything at them. I think in the other show that I said, didn't I, that I tried everything, even texture paste. And you can use these to stamp into texture paste on your multimedia.
Oh, that's nice.
It's lovely. It's really, really pretty.
Nice bit of mixed media going on then. It's all buried under there.
It is. Okay, so I'm going to use... Which stamp did we use? The Make-A-Wish.
Okay.
So,
details for the stamps just come onto the screen. You've got 34 stamps in total. It's absolutely, in fact, I have it here. It's absolutely jam-packed. Let me get this so I can put it behind. Absolutely jam-packed. You've got keys on here. I love all the elements. I don't think you could possibly get any more on.
No, there isn't any room left, is there? She's put so much on, really, really has. I've never seen a stamp set with so many stamps and so full. And they were all hand-drawn by Angela.
Good.
And then Katie's gone to make them, she's transposed them, and I think Katie's involved with the dies as well.
I've not met Katie.
She's lovely. She's really, really nice. She's at home at the moment with her son, Stanley. I think he's a little bit poorly, so I hope he gets better soon. Okay, so you can see that was just that's with the photopolymer, and I didn't have to make much of I didn't have to use so much energy because they are so deeply etched and well made that they're just like kiss stamps, just kiss touch stamps.
Marvellous.
And then what I'll do is I'll put the Make-A-Wish on one side, and then we'll go with Happy Birthday on the other.
Cool. And that fits too?
Yes, that fits perfectly as well. They've all of them, everything's been thought through, so we don't have to. Angela's done all the hard work, so like I said, we don't have to.
Good.
And there's different sentiments, so you've got your happy birthday, you've got your with love, your congratulations, your happy anniversary. There's loads of sentiments that are there for different occasions as well. There's Make-A-Wish, and then on your special day. So really lovely sentiments. Oh, and your favourite, the Made with Love.
Yeah, I love that one. And what's this?
So this is just a cake.
It's fun.
So everybody wants a cake on your birthday, don't they?
Yeah.
So we'll pop that on the back because they spin through.
Yeah.
There we go. And then we'll just pop. We'll pop a Made with. No, we'll pop a Made with Love at the bottom.
Okay.
And I'm just using a small Memento ink pad. I've used all the ink pads and they all work really well with them.
Good.
So I've used the Distress inks, I've used the Distress oxides, and then my dye inks as well.
Cool.
Okay, so we've done that now.
Nice.
So now we just get to put it together. So what I'll do is I'll put it in, so they're all at different angles.
Yeah.
So it's going to spin at different angles, so I'll put that one in there.
So you can see how easy this is, no glue required.
No glue required. So we've got that, and that's spinning at a different angle. And then we put this in here.
Yeah.
And again, not using any glue, no glue needed, and it folds flat. And then we've got that there.
Yay!
But what you can do is, if you were to change it so it's that way, so they're opposing, it locks the frame, so they don't spin.
Okay, yeah, of course, that makes sense.
Because some people don't want them to spin, or if they're sending them in the post, they don't want them to spin, so you can lock them. But that's ours, made using texture paste from Pearlywink. Thank you very much, Adam.
Love it.
There we go.
That looks so cool. Right, we're going to show you some more samples again, and then we'll get cracking with another demo.
Brilliant, thank you very much.
Lovely. Here we go. Now this is your slot and spin die set from Angela Poole, and they are cool, but they really are, because I just love what you can do with them, and you can keep putting them in different configurations if you want. You know, you don't have to slot them all together, you can just do a couple of them, but it's just, they're so tactile, aren't they? Loving this. I think these would look really great cut out in mirror card as well, like a rainbow mirror card. And you can also make them quite masculine. Love this steampunk one. How groovy is that? Oh, love it, how it catches the light. It's so fab. This is a sample I haven't shown you. So this is again clever. It's using the same dies, and then inside, is this the one with our, there was one with a nice little gift thingy in it. We've got this. I'm loving this one. It's almost like the moon, isn't it, in the centre. Love that. Or you can position it differently here. I think that's so clever with how Angela's done that. I just think that's marvellous. Then we've got, let's pick this one up. I haven't picked, oh yes, this is so similar. There we go. There's another one. Let me just reach over here because I want you to see lots of samples. They're great. Oh, it's so clever. And that's using the stamps as well in there. We've got another one with the tea light in, battery operated of course, that will spin round. They are so gorgeous, loads of wonderful samples. Now you have got 14 dies. You also have a freedom price. We've taken it to £22.94. What was that, Ross? Saving 15%. Okay, 886002 is your item number. They're gorgeous, aren't they, these?
Yes.
So, and we're saying that they're not going to date.
No, they're not going to date. They are timeless. They really are. There's a vintage chic feel to them, so they're not just on trend now that will be gone, will go out of fashion. And they're so versatile. I think we've seen so many different ones, and then we've got some mixed media pieces as well, haven't we?
Oh yes. Can I go and get some, because they're cool? Let me just go and grab this.
Scott liked this one when it was released.
It was amazing. So, like you said, mixed media pieces are awesome.
Yeah,
love that.
It's kind of, it's quite we've got the global theme, and then we've got the space theme as well.
Yep.
And there's so many other different things that you can do.
Yeah, I've got to get this hot air balloon.
Yes, that's beautiful, isn't it?
This is so clever. Oh, I don't know if we're able to.
I think we can just.
Oh, is it lifty offable?
There we go.
There we go. Hot air balloon.
Isn't
you could do
that
mobiles and everything. We've got a mobile that we can maybe get handed in a little bit, but they're fabulous. So as I said, if the details are on screen, you can get this with a Freedom discount, £22.94, 886002. Then we come to the stamps, because these are just glorious. You've got 34 stamps and they fit beautifully, and they're beautifully drawn.
They are. They're hand drawn and etched. They're beautiful, and she's really thought about all the different sorts of occasions that you'd use them.
Yeah.
And also the things with the keys as well, and the lock. And then we've got the heart. There's a key lock that's for a heart as well, and that's lovely. There's everything. It's jam-packed. It's full of sentiments, and the sentiments are circular, so as we've seen, they work with the dies, they work with the apertures, so they all interconnect nicely with each other. They really do.
In fact, here's a nice sample with some stamping on.
Yes.
This
is a very popular card, very popular, because it's both masculine and feminine.
Yeah, I agree. Could be a couple's card then, couldn't it?
Yes.
But you can see those lovely stamps. Look at the keys. Oh yes, and that one's got that nice border all the way around it. If I bring this one in.
And then we can see it's actually been stamped on the inside as well.
There you are. It's good, isn't it? It's perfect. You've got loads of sentiments. £22.99. 162314 is your item number. Then we come along to this lovely gradient card pack, which you adore.
I do. I'm actually thinking when we pack up, I'm wondering whether one of them might just come away with me.
Richard and Angela would have no problem in that. But let's have a look at the gradient. And like we were saying as well, it's a really good weight, 300 GSM.
Yeah, it's perfect for this. It's perfect for your construction card. It's good quality. It's printed in the UK, so we're keeping things homegrown, and the colours all work with one another. So one gradient will work with another. None of them will clash, because they're all of a certain colour, and they're quite ethereal, quite gentle.
Absolutely, because it's actually called the Enchanted Mist Pack. So you're getting 24 double-sided sheets, 300 GSM for £11.99. 378290 is your item number. And then we've got the stencils A4. You've got a 20% off if you're a Freedom member.
That's perfect. It's a perfect time to get hold of them, and they're so full of detail, and they've got the pattern involved. We've got the flourishes as well, the beautiful, simple flourishes as well, but then we've got the big, almost like mandala, the doily, which is just beautiful. It really is.
And you can see the stencil on here. Look at that card. Isn't that gorgeous?
Yeah, that's how Sandra, she made that, and it's absolutely beautiful. And it shows that with the stencil, although it's a big stencil, none of the detail has been lost.
No, not in the slightest. There's another lovely version here with, I believe, a little bit of texture paste. Oh, look at that. Stunning.
You can see the detail, and you can see the versatility of it all. It really is very pretty.
How have we not seen this sample?
Oh, this is lovely, isn't it?
Okay, right. I've not seen it. I didn't see it. I don't know why I missed it. Hang on. Then.
Isn't that pretty?
Wow, look at the work gone into that.
Isn't it?
Yes.
It's almost a bit, I don't know, it's almost oriental, isn't it?
It is.
Really is very pretty.
Wow, that is fantastic. Got to show that. Marvellous. And that did have like a bit of everything on, really. Stamps and the stencils, etc. £15.98 though, if you want to go for the stencils. 504462. Now, I haven't yet seen the deal of the day, and here it is. This is from Pent Art. There we go. So you've got your canvas bag, a huge stencil. You've also got fabric paints, and you've got a £10 saving, only until tomorrow morning or while stocks last. £17.47 is the price, 551896. Lovely. Well, we're doing one of those rocker cards.
Yes, it was just a different take on it, really. And it's just a delicate design, and it lends itself because of the shape of the apertures. It really lends itself. So I've started out with a 6-inch piece of card. So if you've got, it doesn't have to be 6-inch. It was just what it worked with. Now I've got a cutter here. If you haven't got one, just round a dinner plate or such like.
Oh, that's handy. I know Lou Withers has brought us something that does a similar thing. She might bring it back again soon.
Hopefully, yeah, because they're really good for the rocker cards. There we go. I'll just not cut that quite perfectly.
Don't worry.
But then what I've done is I've just folded it.
Okay.
You don't need to. There's no great magic to that. Just fold it in half and then burnish it.
Yep.
So we've got it here. these are more in keeping with the colours. So what I've done is I've taken, not the largest one, when I made this the first time, I couldn't understand why it didn't work. And what I'd done is I'd used this largest aperture to cut it out, so it had nowhere to stick.
Sit on,
It had nowhere to stick. So I've taken the smaller one, and I want it to cut both sides. So I've not measured it because I don't really think you need to. Just eyeball it, and you want it somewhere in the middle.
Nice.
And then because it's not got many cut points, I don't need a big, really big thick sandwich. Yeah. I just need a smaller sandwich. I just need to find my
plates. Where have they gone?
It's like there's somebody keeps stealing the plates from me. There's like a little gremlin somewhere. Okay. So run that through. I've already, just to save a bit of time. Sorry.
No. I was going to say sometimes we do have naughty gremlins in Hochanda.
Really?
Things go wrong.
Things go missing.
Missing and all sorts. Yeah.
So what I've done is, just to speed it up a little bit, I've cut these out already. Yeah. Because you've seen me cut them, so you don't really need to see me cut them again. But like I said, there are plenty of YouTube videos. Angela's done a number of YouTube videos now, so they're available for you to see, just in case you like to see it visually.
I'm visually. Like that.
A lot of people are. They prefer to see it visually. So we've got that, and then this is going to stick on like that.
Okay, perfect.
To create the frame. And with rocker cards, all you want to do is you just want balance, because you don't want it top. If you have it top heavy, then it's not going to fall. So you want it balanced in the middle. And then all I've done to just create this is it's just a tiny little bit on one of these that is there. That's all it is.
Right.
So you've got, because if we show these.
Yeah, the clean ones.
Yes, not so mucky ones. Yeah. You can see that there's such great detail. You've got the big one with the big is nearly 6 by 6. It's almost that, and then you've got them going down. You've got your circular sentiments and your corner one, which is I used that in one of the first hour, didn't I? Yeah. And then down to all these little tiny bits, and all hand drawn. And with the keys, you've got 2 keys, and you've got a couple of locks there as well. Everything's there.
Great.
So all I've done is just gone ahead and stamped. Oh, there we go. I use that one. So I've just stamped in blue.
Okay. Now I want to ask you a question. Obviously, we're getting to know each other.
Yes.
How big is your craft room? Do you have a craft room?
Well, I had to move recently, so I lost my craft room. Oh. But I now have it because it's just me and my little girl, and I have a lovely house, just me, her, and the 2 Old English sheepdogs, and I've got my Brian and Maddie. Yeah. And we've got a 2-bedroom house, and I work in the living room now, which is really nice. I treated myself, it's very sad, but I treated myself to a new desk. And
it's not sad at all.
So I got a new desk and a new bookcase, and I basically work in the living room. Yeah. But when it comes to demos and it comes to designs being done for TV, then it spills out into the kitchen.
Indeed.
And then before you know it, poor Georgie, she can't even get to she can't even get to the microwave, she can't get to the cupboard because there's stuff everywhere. So yeah, and it's I've just got it just as I want it.
That's good. And another question I always like to ask guests are, how many die cutting machines do you have?
Honestly?
Yeah.
5.
That's all right. I'm always fascinated.
And that is with me giving one away.
Really?
I gave one away to one of my friends. It's the big shot, the old big shot, and I gave that away to one of my friends'
so
daughters.
They can craft though.
Yes, yeah. She's crafting for school at the minute.
Lovely.
She's taking stuff in, and she's having crafting mornings in school. Bless her. That's great, isn't it?
Yeah.
And she's only Erin. I think she's only 6 or 7. So, but she goes in and she's already using the die cutter. So
I bet everybody else is well, Joe.
Oh yeah, you would be, wouldn't you? You would be. That's something to go in and go, look what I've got.
Yeah.
So what I've done is, I've got my frame, and I cut out the smaller one. Because I cut out the smaller one, this has something to sit on, whereas it didn't when I first tried it.
Got you.
So we'll just line it up, and I've only put the glue on one side so it can stand.
Yeah.
Okay. And
That's a mistake I would make, and I go, no, what am I doing? Gluing both sides.
It was a mistake I made when it took me a little while. I knew what I wanted to do and I just couldn't work it out. I was being a little bit slow at getting to what I needed to do. We'll take one of the stamps.
Yeah,
there we go.
That fit perfectly?
Yes, it fits perfectly. Angela's just surpassed herself. She really has. Every time something comes out, and I think she can't do any better. She can't do any better, and she just does. I said to her, I don't understand where it all comes from. She's a genius. She really is.
I'd love to be inside her mind. You know what I mean? Because how she comes up with the concept and works out the mechanics of it.
Yeah, you really do want to, don't you?
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to what she has in the future because she's just so clever.
Do you know yet? Have you had a sneak peek?
No, I've tried. I hinted this afternoon. I really hinted this afternoon and I didn't get anywhere when Rich came.
Yeah.
I tried and I didn't get anywhere. So I'll be waiting not so patiently for the next delivery.
So will they not tell you what it is? You'll just get a delivery and then... Yes. But that's like Christmas.
Yes, it's like my birthday or Christmas. It really is.
Yeah.
So we're just going to use the happy birthday one. And then on the other side, we're going to use the with love.
Yep, perfect.
So just stamp it. And these are really good quality stamps. I was surprised because I've not been able to use stamping blocks. I've had to use a stamping platform because I can't get an accurate stamp with just a regular block. But with these, it's a testament to the quality of the stamps because they just stamp perfectly with with an ordinary block. I don't need to use my stamping platform. So the quality of them really is, and I did try and break them when I was using texture paste and all sorts, and I couldn't. Okay.
Look at that, and she's lovely font.
Isn't it? Really is, really pretty.
Yeah.
And then we'll just turn it over and we'll get rid of that and we'll do the with love.
Yep. Happy birthday with love. Oh, but they're nice when you get receive cards like this because they're so tactile. You're not going to want to put them away.
No, you don't want to put these away. They're beautiful. And they're ones that you will keep. And when you hand these to people, I mean, people won't realise how simple it is because they look complicated, but as we can see, they are so simple to make, and the instructions come with you. So all you have to do is just start playing. Yes, it is. There we go.
Very nice.
And it is one of those. As soon as they come through the post, you'll be there playing,
hours,
enjoying it. Yeah, you will do. So, what Angela says is, when you stamp, slot them in. Start with the smallest.
Okay.
And build it up rather than the other way around. The one when you're doing the really small ones, this isn't so bad. But when you're doing the really small ones, you do have to bend them a little bit.
Okay.
But this card really does give, and it won't crack and it won't fall to pieces.
Lovely.
So we'll just pop that in there, and there we go.
Hey, doesn't that look cool?
There we go. The only one on this one was that I used the stencil.
Yeah.
But the stencil's in the wash at the moment.
Yes, it is indeed. Right, so while you get set, I think you've got another demo?
Yes, I have, yes.
Marvellous. Have a look on the website. You can shop by brand, so you can have a look for Angela Poole on there. Now, you can get the stencils individually if you'd like, but why would you if you're a Freedom member? Because then it's almost like you're not paying for half of one, sort of pretty much-ish, with the discount. So with the discount, it's £15.98. That's the price as a Freedom member. Item number is, I can't see it, 504462. Lovely jubbly. So we have this gorgeous bundle for you today of the dies. I will show you the boards again. You can get these. Here we are. So you've got, if I hold it the right way, yes, I've got all three. 14 dies in total. You've got your frames, all those lovely frames. There's even a heart one there. You've got your apertures, and then you've also got even down to a gift card holder. I think that's clever. And then when you see them all cut out, so this is your vintage frames die set. You can see where the slots are. The dies have got the arrows on them. And then here's another set. There we go. So it's a really good, fun system to play with, and you're not having to think about it because it's so self-explanatory when you piece them together. Let's have a look at some more samples. What else have we got? Let's have a look. I mean, this one down here is gorgeous. Look at that, and I think that's, it's been possibly it's got chunky embossing powder on it, and it's so cool. Look at that as it swizzles around. Brilliant. Does look like a solar system, I think, doesn't it? Let's get some of these down the front because we haven't seen them. Got this one that will swizzly around. Swizzly, that is a technical term. And then if I pop that down there, let's pick this one up. Look, so clever. It's beautiful. They're really eye-catching, aren't they? Lovely. So if you'd like to go for this, your Freedom discount takes it to £22.94. Item number is 886002. Then we've got the stamps, jam-packed, 34 stamps in total. And you've got the keys, you've got Happy Birthday with Love, that big frame. I mean, that's huge. You've got birthday cakes on there, borders, corners, and they're all so pleasing to the eye, the way it all swirls round together. I've got a sample here with a couple of them on. Just for you, Happy Birthday and Made with Love. That's sweet, isn't it? Liking that. Oh, here's a good example with the stamps on. Nice. And that one says, on your special day, and just for you is on the front. Here we've got this one with the border. There we are. £22.99 for the 34 stamps, 162314. Then we have got the card stock, 300 GSM, and you can see those lovely tones going through there. A really good weight. 300 GSM is wonderful for using with these dies. You've got 8 designs, 3 of each, 24 double-sided sheets in total for £11.99, 378290. And then last but not least, our stencils with that fantastic Freedom price. Look at these. Let me again show you some samples with the I mean, I love this hat box. I think this is so cool. So a bit of texture paste you can pop on there. Love that. They're pretty. Can I just show this one sample as well? I hadn't seen it before. It might not be with the stencils on, but I just thought that was... Could you get off the shot? Get off the shot. Get off the shot. Let me pick this up. I will fix this later. Whoops. Right, £15.98. If you're a Freedom member, 504462. Yes, I will fix that sample. Whoops. Just the head fell off. Oh, it's a shame because it's gorgeous. But it's basically made into like a flower, which is really fabulous. All right, all you need to do is give us a call, 01733 60 2000, or check out on the website at hochanda.com for any of those. Stencils, stamps, dies, they all work together beautifully. All right.
So here's another one that I've made. And this is using pretty much everything.
I can see.
I've kind of gone to town with it. So I've used the stencils and the stamps on the outside, and then when you open it up, we've got the stamps again. Just offset.
Nice.
We've got the stencils, and then of course we've got the slot and spin.
Yeah.
Okay. So if we start with the outside, I've cut everything to size to make it a little bit easier, and then I just want to use. So this is the stencils. So I don't think we've really had a chance to have a look at the stencils, and you can see the detail. If I just pull that up there.
Yeah. Nice.
There we go. You can see the detail. So we've got this pattern that works really well with the other stencil, the doily style stencil, and you can see the pattern building, and you can just repeat it. So if you were to stencil through it once and then move it on, it would just repeat, and it works perfectly as just a repeating pattern. We've also got, if I turn it that way, there you go, you can see we've got the locket for the key, then we've got the key, and we've got this beautiful swirl, this beautiful flourish here. Now let's turn that round again, and you can see the beautiful flourish, and that's what we're going to use for this card.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll do the inside bit first.
Okay. We've got about 7 minutes.
Oh,
just so
okay.
you know.
That's fine. Okay. So if you want to use a stencil, you can either put some adhesive on it, temporary adhesive, or put it in place. I don't need to for this. If I was doing a big project, you know, I would want to put it in place because I wouldn't want to move and knock it. But for if I'm just doing a little bit, then I don't need to.
Yeah.
We'll use that one actually.
Bit of your distress ink.
Yes, yeah. Good old inks.
Yeah.
These are mine, and they've been going for about 10 years now.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, they're doing well.
They are. They're much loved as well.
Mm-hmm.
So this goes through beautifully. And I think with stencils, when we use stencils, we can lose detail, and it can become almost fluffy or woolly, if that makes sense. But with these, they've been so delicately designed, and they've been etched with real care that you don't lose any of the detail in it. You really don't. And it just works seamlessly with the rest of the collection. So there we go.
Oh, look at that.
Isn't that pretty?
Yeah.
Isn't that nice?
Really pretty.
Okay, so we'll get rid of that. And then I'm going to use stamps, but I'm going to offset them.
Okay.
So we'll use the On Your Special Day, but I'm not going to stamp all of it on.
All right.
Let me get that on there. There we go. And I'll use, just see if we can use a dark green.
I saw it somewhere actually.
Oh, we'll use these colours. These are nice and bright.
Okay.
Okay. So we'll go for the bright one.
Choices.
Well, the problem is with this set, or this bundle, is that there's so many possibilities with it. Really, really is, and I almost get stuck for choice. Sometimes I've had to ask, which colour should I use for this? Which colour should I use for this? Because I just can't decide. Now all I've done is just offset it, so I've not stamped all of it on, because I want to get On Your Special Day on. There we go.
Lovely.
And look at the crispness of that. Isn't it crisp?
Nice.
Really, really beautiful. So get rid of that, and then we'll just pick another one. I'm going to pinch one. I'm going to pinch one because the one that I used at home, I was in such a rush, and it went through the machine.
What, the stamp?
Yeah.
What? So you didn't realise it got stuck to something?
No.
Oops.
No. And I'm really sorry, Angela, but it didn't survive.
I'm not surprised.
Well, when they send me stuff that, they do want me to test drive it.
You did that.
I did, yeah. And unfortunately, I would recommend don't try and put your stamps through an embossing machine because it doesn't work.
Right, okay.
So we've got that.
Nice.
And then I just want to do the sentiment. And I think I did congratulations. Oh, happy anniversary. I think this is always a nice one. It always reminds me of grandparents.
Yeah.
But of course, it doesn't have to be for a wedding anniversary.
Oh, no.
It doesn't have to be for that at all.
Could be at the anniversary of when you passed your exams, or
Yep. Or if you've had a business.
Yep.
There we go. Okay, so we've got that. And then let's get these right. I'm going to cut into it. I've already done the cutting, but I need to cut into this bit.
Right.
So what I'm going to do, if we show you here,
Oh,
can you see? But I've cut it off centre.
Yes.
Just so it allows a little bit more freedom for it to. And then I need to get the small aperture for it. It's that one.
Right.
She says. And then we'll get it onto the plate.
Okay.
So I want to set it, like I said, just away from the score line a little bit.
Right.
So we'll just have it off there. And
I see.
Do you see what I mean? So it's not on the score line, just so it still maintains the strength of the card.
Yes, good point.
There we go.
Even further, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
There we go. Again, it's not a particularly thick die, and it's only cutting in a few parts, so you don't need your really thick sandwich.
Yeah.
And I always say that. I know sometimes people might think, well, it doesn't matter, but it will crease your card unnecessarily.
Yeah,
So,
don't want that.
no.
Want to keep it nice so that if you are making to sell, it looks very professional.
Yes, definitely. And I think I mentioned in the first hour, and you said that you didn't know about using a tumble dry white
Yeah,
on
I
your
didn't know
dies.
that.
So if you just get a cheap as chips tumble dry white, rub it over your dies. Not every single time you use it, but when every so often, and don't get an expensive one. Use the cheap ones.
Okay.
And it just creates a little bit of slick, so
Yeah.
the pieces in your dies will come out quicker.
Good.
Okay, so you can see we're up to there now. And just with this one, I took a bit more time, so I've gone round it with some
Bit more distress.
Yes, some distress ink, but we'll create the front bits. So we've got that to create.
Okay.
And I've used...
Oh, we've got a minute and a half.
Oh, we've got a minute and a half. I'll just use something very quickly.
Okay.
Breaking into the stamps again. Sorry.
Don't worry if we don't finish it, because we've got the finished one there we can see.
But again, I'm just using this one. And we use that colour. These are just, I can't get over how lovely these dies are, these stamps are. And you'll see that this is the first time I've used it, because you see me pull it out of the wrapping, and right from the very first stamp, it stamps beautifully.
Good.
It doesn't take any bedding in, if you like.
Yeah.
And no need for a stamping platform. Because not everybody's got them.
No.
And if you don't need to use them, then it's better without. But there we go.
Yeah.
Look at that. Perfect.
And that's a brand new stamp, as you said.
Yeah, brand new stamp.
Okay.
So then we just do it to that.
Okay.
And then we get to there.
Fabulous. Yeah, so because we're running out of time, but I think that's really clever inside. And then just decorate it how you like. But that's really clever. So try doing that at home, because I think that's a really lovely shaped card.
It's different, isn't it?
Yeah.
Different.
Thank you very much, Zoe.
Thank you very, very much indeed.
Lovely working with you. We'll see you again very soon.
See you soon. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah, no worries. Right, we are shimmying over now to Hayley and Adam. He is shimmying. And coming up next, as I said, we're with Craft Yourself Silly, followed by the brand new one-day special, and then we are sewing with Really Maria.
Hi there, I'm Nick from Crafterscope. I've been crafting for as long as I can remember. It started off making things just for myself, but then friends and family asked if they could use them too. It was really important to me to bring something unique to the crafting arena, something that was different and something that people would enjoy using just as much as I do.
Would you like to improve your crafting techniques by watching and crafting along with your favourite Hochanda guest demonstrators, all from the comfort of your own home? If the answer is yes, then we are very excited to invite you to Craft Along, where you, our presenters and guests, will create an amazing array of projects throughout the year. So tune in, be inspired and create with Craft Along, your monthly crafting workshop.
Hi, I'm Lou from Studio Light. Studio Light has been around for about 40 years now. They're based in the Netherlands. It's a family-run business with a great heritage. The products that Studio Light bring us are very diverse, fantastic dyes, great papers, but all round on trend. Over the 40 years Studio Light have evolved. They listen to me, the demonstrator, and you, the customers, and really take our ideas on board. On the Hochanda shows, we'll share with you the diverse techniques and products will inspire you to produce your own individual pieces of artwork. So make sure you don't miss the Studio Light shows on Hochanda.
Yes, indeed. Good evening. How are you? If you only knew what happens in those tiny little breaks. I know I say it every time.
It's this one, look.
What's going on with this little curtain?
Thank you.
Let's lock it under this bit.
Right,
there we go. How are you? I'm looking forward to this hour. I've never,
Why?
never... Well, it says it in the script just there. Wind it back. I'm looking forward to this hour, and I can't wait to learn the fantastic world.
Like any of this would ever be.
There's nothing there. I'll make it all up. Of Proggy.
Yes. Now, you didn't know about this, did you? No, it's actually, it's kind of the northeast name for rag rugging, which we managed to trademark.
Did you?
Yes, we did.
Well, I know you can trademark anything up there.
I know, can't you? Just anything you like.
So, let's go.
Start at the beginning.
You may already know this, but I'm going to go right the way back because I know nothing. So I don't know what tools we need. I don't know what we can use.
Okay.
Like, what is this?
So, let me go and get a bit. I think that will show it off better.
Okay.
And I'll keep this bit for
so
a minute.
you've had all that time?
Yes.
I'll do numbers.
That bit'll do. Lovely. Thanks.
676636 is your item number. You get the slip strip and the cutting boards.
Right. So, they will make something like this. Now, this is what we call the kind of basic dolly mixture style, where you just chuck literally anything at it. And that's the kind of result that you'll get. So the tools that we've got here, the snip strip and the cutting board, they are to help you cut the little pieces that go in to make the kind of rag rug effect that we've got here.
Okay.
So these tools are essential. We'll show you at demonstration how to use them because they do speed up the process massively. So and the way that Proggy is made is it's lots of little pieces of fabric which are all kind of pushed through in like little U shapes. If I squidge that out there, you can see.
Oh yeah.
Just push through in little U shapes, and that's what creates that kind of really deep tufted.
It is a deep pile as well.
It is a deep pile. Do you want to get your fingers right in there?
Very deep pile.
Well, people have done them as snuffle rugs for dogs as well, and hidden treats right in them.
Horses for courses in each for their own. A snuffle
rug. Not your thing? Yeah. No. Okay. Maybe if you had a dog, you would know.
Well,
I don't know. Have you? Yes. What kind of dog have you got?
A little Lazarapsu.
Oh.
Sounds like an dinosaur, I know, but it's not. £15.99. Now, you do need both of these. OK, so you need both of them. $15.99. You're saving £17 on these as well. 676636 is your item number. Stay with us this hour. I feel it's going to be a bumpy road.
Oh.
But I think we're going to get there together. Yes.
It's always fine when it's you and me. It gets weird.
It gets weird, and you sort of slightly get to the side.
These will become clear when we get to demonstration, but they save you so much time in cutting a bit. Now, when we do most of our Proggy, we do it in fleece. We do it in fleece for a couple of reasons. One, it's hypoallergenic. Yep. Two, it doesn't put bits everywhere.
Oh, OK.
Because the rag rugging technique, obviously, you're cutting up lots and lots of little bits of fabric, and by using the fleece, it fills up quite quickly, so your work actually kind of grows quite quickly, and you kind of see the progress in it. It also doesn't put bits everywhere, and with it being polyester, it's really, really easy to wash and take care of. And again, it's hypoallergenic. It doesn't affect anybody with allergies.
That's always good to know. £12.99. So is what you're getting now. You're getting 3 half-a metres. So you're getting 1.5 metres.
So yeah, hop on the web, pick either 3 separate ones, or if you do pick multiples, they'll come as continuous pieces.
Always good to know. I like that. Come as a continuous. So if you just want a little burnt orange rug, you wanted a khaki. Well, it's not khaki green. It's like racing green.
I would call it a bottle green. We call it a bottle. So things like wreaths, Christmas wreaths, foxes. Again, little bits that are like your poinsettia that are inside your Christmas wreaths. Or if you maybe just wanting to do a dolly mixture one and mix your colours up, then go random.
You can go random, and you can pick any 3 is what you can pick for £12.99. You can also make animals, which I'll come to shortly. 144482 is your item number. £12.99. Now, patterns.
Patterns. Yeah.
You need a good pattern.
Yes. So we've got 2 sets of patterns here. This one here is 12 sets of patterns, and you have got. Oh, you're going to get your little friends to go with.
This is what you can create.
Okay. So you're getting the fish. You're getting the ladybird. I'm going to have to put all these back up now after this. Oh, steady. There, thank you.
You get the jelly
You're
rug.
getting the dolly mixture square cushion pattern. You are getting, this one is a dolly mixture bag, so it tells you how to make that.
Oh.
You can, because they're quite nice as bags as well. You've got the sheep, which is called Colin.
I love the sheep. We were playing with the sheep earlier.
Yes. You've got the sailboat cushion, so that comes with a template for the pattern, and we'll also show you how to put the backs on without any sewing.
Okay.
You've got the Christmas wreath there. You've got another Proggy by Numbers, which is the wavy pattern cushion. Now you can change the colours on those. You can absolutely make it into blues, into greens, into anything you like. You've got the pig.
Got a pig, we love a pig.
You've got the fox, which is called Vince.
Vince the fox.
And you have, what's this one? This is Born of the Puppies.
Patch.
Yeah, and an upside down Christmas tree. There you go. So
And
you're
you
getting
get
all those
4
templates
patterns as well.
So you're getting all of the instructions and all the templates as well.
So you get everything you need in here. Well, you get all the patterns, and by the looks of it, you also get a strip snip as well.
Yes, so that's the smaller one. We'll show you both of those when we get to demo and how quickly they can make cutting all the bits and pieces.
So stay with me for this, because I think you need to see how it works, because I think it's very... I'm going to ask the question.
Yes.
Is it easy to do?
Yes, it's very easy.
So
Even you can do it, Adam.
So anyone can do it?
Yes, absolutely. Anybody can do this. And it's great if maybe you haven't got the dexterity to do the fine detail work like sewing anymore, because you're not actually using your fingers as much as you are using kind of the body of your hand to push it through.
So we'll have a little go. Next set, we've got...
This is Brian, the parrot. Oh, that's Ken. Which one? I can't remember which one's Ken and which one's Brian. This one's Alan. Alan the owl. And then you've got the Proggy heart cushion. You've got another one of the puppies, but this time in a sandy colour. You've got Graham, the hedgehog. This is Paul. He's upside down. Well, you didn't need one.
Okay.
There you go. That's Paul. This one's Dean.
Dean the duck. See
and
what
then
you've done.
You've got
Trevor.
No, it's Winston.
Of course it is.
Yeah. George.
George the rabbit. I like the way you've themed these and they rhyme.
That one should. There's also another wavy cushion in this bundle, and
a big bag.
You've got the tree bag.
Tree bag.
And Susie, the penguin as well.
And Susie the penguin rather than Percy. So you've got Susie the penguin as well, and you're getting all of these 13 projects in here, and you also get the strip snip as well for £19.56 for this set alone.
One of the common things that you're going to need through all of these Proggy projects is Hessian. And there's a 1.5 metre piece here. It's about 1.30 metre wide on this. Okay. And this is a huge piece. A lot of the pieces that we do, the little animals and things, they work out more or less onto a fat quarter. So you are getting about 9 fat quarters in here. So there should be enough to make 9 animals out of this.
In theory, so if you take out the large bags, you should be able to do a full set.
Oh, absolutely.
Of the animals out of these. So Hessian.
With the Hessian that you use for Proggy, you've got to be quite selective. It can't be too wide a gap, because otherwise your bits will fall out. It can't be too narrow a gap, otherwise you'll be really struggling to push the stuff through. So we kind of pick one that we feel is the Goldilocks one.
And you wouldn't want your bits to fall out, would you?
Nobody wants their bits falling out.
£9.99 for the right Hessian is what we're looking at. 964305 is your item number. So it's just the right mate as well. Now, we have a happy hour on this hour as well. Of course, Hayley's here. Of course, we have a happy hour.
With we use fleece mainly. You don't need to use fleece for this. You can use all sorts of other fabrics. So we've put you a kind of mixed bundle of fabrics in there. There's some cottons, there's some polycottons, there's some polyesters. There's a nice mixture. So you can absolutely use these for your Proggy, or you can use them for just general sewing.
You can, and they are fat quarters as well. I'll open one up so you can see the size. You're getting 20 pieces, though, is what you're getting. Look at that, 20 pieces at this size. £19.99. That's
£1 a fat quarter.
That is just under £1 a fat quarter, though, really, isn't it?
It is. £4.99 a fat quarter.
Well, a fat quarter at 99 pence.
I know.
I'd start snapping it up. Fill your boots, as it were. £19.99 for your fat quarters. You're looking at all 20 as well. 098257 is your item number for your fat quarter.
Did you bring your glasses?
I did indeed.
Excellent.
Let's jump to the website, is what we're going to do. Everything is on the website. Now, the intriguing bit, stay with me for this now, because we're about to find out how all this Proggy works. I know. Proggy, never heard of it before, but I'm guessing it's easy. Many people say it is easy, and we're about to find out between ourselves. Remember on the website as well, you've got all those patterns on there. So once you get into it, I suppose it will all come together. You've also got your fabric on there as well if you want to do that beautiful felt that you've got going on. So you can really do... I love that mustard and dark grey together. What a beautiful colour combination. All these are on the show as well. You can pick any three. Oh, you got leopard print. Well, I never.
Yes.
Oh, is it felt?
Yes,
fleece.
it's all fleece.
Not even felt, it's
It's all fleece because if you did it in felt, the felt itself, you can't really wash it.
Oh, okay.
But with it being fleece, then you can absolutely wash it. So if you've made it as a soft toy for somebody, you could. These have been in the washing machine a number of times.
Wow.
Because people touch them and they're like, oh, isn't it lovely? And then the next thing you know, dirty in the wash.
Oh, I was playing with them before the hour started. Of all the animals.
You were.
Right,
you
what are we up
were
to?
playing with them. So there's two elements to your bits and pieces. So the first is the strip cutter. This is a board which has got flexible strips in it. So what you do is you place that over the top of your fabric. Now we'll take that raw salve edge off first, and then you place those over the top. I don't know how sharp this cutter is because it is not mine, but we'll give it a go. And then what you can do is push to hold those down. This goes just a bit off my board, so I'm not going to be able to cut the whole length of the fabric on this one because the board's not quite long enough. But you push down and you cut through, and this will cut all of your strips the right width. Fingers crossed this is a sharp cutter. It is not, it's completely blunt. Excellent. But that's fine. The principle is there in that you can cut all of your strips the same width
okay.
with your rotary cutter just by pressing the flexible strips down so you can hold them in place and then cut your way through those. Let's imagine that had worked. Yeah, I think the paper people have been at it.
Oh, the paper people.
Yes.
We love you all. Oh, have.
You see, well, we're bringing you over to the dark side, aren't we, Paula?
Our Paula's chipping in now.
So
It's
now do you
turning nasty.
understand the plight of the paper people? I do. Okay, I shall cut this strip, imagining that it had worked and had cut me a beautiful one that was the right width.
Okay.
Okay. Yours would be straighter with using the board, but then you take the strips that are cut from the board and use the strip snip. So the strip snip, it comes in through that slot, and then you take it to the centre. That slot does a couple of things for you. One, it gives you a full strip on your way round, because if you take it back over the top, you can see when you cut it through the centre, that's going to give you a full piece.
Okay.
It also locks it and stops it sliding away while you wrap it round. So you wrap it next to, not on top of, because on top of it's too thick to get through with the scissors. And you keep going all the way round. Take your scissors, go through both of those layers. And you've got all your little bits that you need ready to go. You have loads and loads of little bits there, because Catherine went a bit nuts last time we did this.
She really did.
So you've got all your bits ready to go. So can I borrow this and your little friend there?
Say hello to my little friend.
And we'll show you the basic techniques. So what you're going to do is always work 3 to 4 strands away from your last one. You're going to push a hole in.
So when you say
Nice
3 or
big
4
hole.
strands, do you mean like 3 and 4 little squares away?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And then you push one half through, take that out the way, and then again another 3 or 4 strands away,
Yeah.
and then push another
Give
big
over
hole
if
in.
it's this easy.
You can be quite rough with it as well. It's quite forgiving. And then they pull through to the other side, and all you're doing is creating individual tufts, and you just keep working and working at it. Now, if you've got bits where you think, I mean, Catherine's done this, so it's pretty good. But if you have bits that you think there are gaps in, you can literally just kind of push the bits aside, make another hole, add another bit.
Got you a snazzy new rotary cutter.
Okay, I'm going to give that one a go, shall I? There you go. So can I give this to you?
So what am I?
Just fill this piece here with orange.
All this here.
That's your task.
Okay.
That is your task. I'm going to try this nice new rotary cutter.
If we're going for the instructions,
Yes.
does it tell us? Does it give us the pattern of the outline that we
It
need?
does, and in all of your bits of instructions, I'll just take this one out of here because this will tell you, it shows you the size of the strip that you need to work with in there, and the tools that we've got will cut them to that size. So it just saves you an awful lot of time. Let me see if this nice new rotary cutter will work. So
I'm going back to the tools. I've got the strip cutter here. I'm lining up that first row with the edge of the fabric that I had just cut. So I'll get a full width piece on my first cut. Let me just shuffle that across a little bit. There we go. Oh, somebody locked it.
Sorry,
Yes.
that was me.
That's safety, safety, safety.
That's me, Mr.
Oh, this
Safety.
one feels a bit better. Let's see if we can get a couple of strips off.
Is that
there.
right? That's what I've done.
Perfect. You've got it. There you go.
Oh,
So that cuts your long pieces, and that'll really speed things up, because the thing that takes the longest with this is actually prepping all the pieces. And then from there, you take your strip snip, come through that first piece and into the centre, over the top, which will lock that in place and stop it sliding, and then come round and round and round and round and then a bit more, and then you want some nice and kind of reasonably fine scissors. I mean, these are kind of an average pair of sewing scissors, and these ones are your kind of normal kitchen scissors. Either of these are fine. The really big, chunky, heavy metal ones are sometimes a little bit too thick to fit through the gap, but you go through both sides, and then if you put your hand either side so you can A, catch the bits, and B, keep your fingers out the way of the scissor blades, you just snip through those, and then you've got all of those extra little bits. Dead easy.
Oh, it's an absolute blast. Absolute blast. I've had it. This is one of the easiest things I have ever done.
I love giving presenters tasks. It's
This-
brilliant. It's just bang, gone.
This is amazing.
Do you like it?
This is so... But you could tell. This is... No, I've not done this. I've only done like 3
No,
on the
I
back of
literally
this.
showed you there what to do.
I've never done this before. This is not something I do for TV. Like I was asked in the green room, do I want to have a go? I said, oh, I'll bring my glasses just in case, but if it's too hard, I'm not doing it on TV. Because it just makes it look difficult, and I'm not here to do that. But this is amazing, because now you can create with some of the factors.
That's what you're making.
This
there.
is what I'm making.
You're making a Vince.
He's got I feel like a vet. He's got a hole in the bottom. So I'm making a Vince. Obviously, that's what he looks like at the moment. It does look a bit like Basil, but... So I'm making a Vince.
Yes.
We've also got... You got...
Martin.
Martin the fish.
Susie.
Susie, the penguin.
That one is Lucy.
Lucy, the sea lion.
Yeah. Richie.
Richie, the grey sea lion. Sorry, Anna, I'm not making this easy for you.
That's Ernie.
Aaron, the fastest milk cart in the West, eh? And then, this is my favourite look. Adam,
This is Winston.
Adam on air. Oh, Adam when he comes off air. On air, ooh. Oh. I love this. But little fingers would be able to do this as well.
We've lost him.
I feel like Sooty. I mean, Sooty's real, but...
I've met Sooty.
Have you?
Yeah, I met Sooty. I was working on a... this is years and years ago. I worked on a programme, and they came in. I worked as a producer, and they came in. And you do talk to the puppet, not the person. It's so weird. You're making him wink.
Aye.
We've lost you for this hour now, haven't we?
I'm just thinking now, with Easter half term coming up.
Yes.
Because in theory, this is not that sharp. This is just a bit of wood.
No,
it's not
now,
really that sharp.
You get them as an unfinished tool. We do recommend either staining them or putting some wax on them, because that will do 2 things. It will help them slide through the fabric better, and also any rough edges from when it was made, it'll knock those off. But they go together really, really simply, and there's a little bit of sewing involved, but not a huge...
It's a penguin going to a fancy dress party as an owl.
How much coffee did you have before this hour, Adam?
It's a late one. I've got to... That really tickled me. Sorry, come on.
Okay.
I'll have emails soon.
With things like getting the wings on the penguin, really, really simple. All you're doing is you're taking the wing, and you're looping one of those long strips through it. Once you've sewn the two parts together, so you would have the first part, so the second half kind of 3/4 of the way round, so you would just past that area to add the second wing on, and then you actually loop them in by looping one part through the front, one strand through the other side, and then once you're on the back, you just tie them in a knot. And if you want to add a bit of fabric glue for extra rigidity, if you're going to give it to a child or something, absolutely you can. Things like the ears on your fox or the feet on the penguin, they're all cut in special shapes that have little tabs on the bottom, which you push through from the front to the back, and then you just tie on. So there is no real complex sewing. The sewing that you do need to do, you've got these really nice solid edges to sew through, so you just use a whip stitch. And your sewing doesn't have to be that accurate and doesn't have to be that pretty, because when they all fluff, you're just nodding at me.
No, I'm with you. I'm with you all the way.
They'll fluff back out, so you won't see any of your stitching, so you don't need to worry about that.
Okay.
Now, you can stuff them with things like beans and peas to make them kind of solid, not the kind in a can, the dried kind.
Yeah, obviously.
It's going to make a soggy mess. This is Graham. He's a lovely little chap. And his pieces of fabric are cut slightly differently. His are cut on a diagonal, so rather than wrapping them round the snip strip tool, we've got two options actually. You can wrap them round the snip strip tool, but you have to wrap it slightly differently, so what you'll end up with is kind of pieces that look a little bit more like this, where you've got points on either end of them. And when you put those through, that's what gives you those little spiky spines.
Oh, okay.
So that's the kind of variation that you can use in Graham. The last thing that we need to do is maybe teach you about the edges. So the edges you do where you actually fold them over. There's no sewing to create the edges. All you're doing, where's my tool gone? There it is you're folding over the edges and you're working through 2 layers. So if you are doing this with little fingers, they may need a hand with this bit because it is a little bit tougher. But that little bit of extra work that you have to do getting the edges in pays dividends, because once you've done the edges, the pieces are really, really solid then, and they're not going to flop and fall apart, because that's been done in several demos, the one that you've got there, Adam, and it's really, really solid because you've spent the time to do that extra piece of work on the edging. And once you've gone all the way around, you just trim off that excess. All of the edges are then being held by the pieces that you've put in there. You can trim off the excess and away you go.
It is, and it's quite, personally for me, it's quite relaxing. I could quite easily...
It's more about pattern and design this than it is about skill as such, because there's not a huge amount of accuracy needed, and it doesn't matter if you're 3 strands away rather than 2 strands away, or 4 strands away rather than 3 strands away. Really doesn't matter. You can go back and add in additional pieces until you are happy that it's kind of, you know, fluffy enough that it's how you want it.
I totally agree, and I think you could quite easily sit there of an evening and stitch away.
Oh, you'll spend
go away
what I
with
used
these.
to do when I was cutting all the bits out for samples is I would spend one night cutting a load of bits up. It's one of those in front of the telecrafts.
Yeah.
It's not a full concentration job. So you'll spend one night maybe cutting all your bits out, and then, or an hour doing that, say, and then the next hour until you've run out. Yeah.
It's one of those things that you would take on holiday. You know, one of those crafts that you don't
Well,
know
there's no sharp, there's no needles. There's
no
nothing
needles.
that you wouldn't be allowed on an aeroplane, or, you know, that
No, I
kind
totally
of thing.
agree. You could do it
I mean, I'm not saying you definitely can take these on airplanes. Just want to clarify that. But you know, it's something that it's light. It's really simple to take with you. I mean, literally, if your bits are already cut, that's all you're going to need.
That's it. Everything
And
in my
because
hand
it's
at the moment.
fleece, if you've got one of those vacuum seal bags, it squishes up
All the way
brilliantly.
down. So if you're going, maybe you're going on a caravan holiday, you can't really take a large sewing machine. Well, you could if you wanted to, but where do you put it in a caravan? Maybe you're going on a barge holiday. You know those little holidays, those little UK holidays that you go on? And every now and then those little mini breaks you want, but you want something to do. What amazing to do. There's absolutely everything that you can do with these.
It could be a staycation for 2 weeks, couldn't it?
If you're staying there, if you're at home and you've got little
You've
fingers
just got a
with
bit of time off.
a bit of time off. It's getting close to Easter. Easter holidays is around the corner. Little fingers might want to have a little go as well. Obviously, they can't do the cutting, but they can pick the colours.
Yeah,
They
and
can do all
something
these
like
bits.
this one It's great for, you know, maybe you've got old clothes, maybe they've got old anything that's made in fleece, anything like hats, old jackets, old scarves, that can all be cut up and be put into a memory piece.
Even better, a memory blanket. Old baby grows that you've got that you don't need anymore.
Yeah.
Those fleecy baby grows that they grow out of so quickly and you have to buy more of. Start using your tools, cutting them down into the strips.
Absolutely.
And now you've got something to remember them by.
Absolutely.
And how nice would be that by the side of your bed to step onto of a morning, even if it's
they are
small.
lovely for that. And I tell you what, they're brilliant for as well because they wash so well. Bath mats.
Yes.
They make amazing bath mats. Now, if you are going to use them as a bath mat, what I would recommend is, you know, the kind of builder's silicone that you can get. Just put little dots all the way over the back so that it makes it non-slip. Or if you want it even more non-slip, then you can actually just spread it on the whole back. Obviously, leave it at least 48 hours to dry before you go ahead and put it down onto a bathroom floor, and it sticks. So leave it a good, if you are going to use builder's silicone on the back, then do leave it 48 hours, but that makes it a brilliant non-slip surface for
I'm also thinking as well, though, how many times do you go out and try and find a rug that doesn't match your room? To match that room, that room you've just painted.
That you've just painted, you mean?
It's like the Tyne Bridge painting my house at the moment. I get to one end, I have to start again, do it all again. But it's them colours. I keep banging on about it, I know, but we've gone for grey and white. That's our colour theme. But you try and find a grey and white rug that
hasn't got pink in it
hasn't
or
got that,
something.
that line through it. There's none of your colours that go. All we want is a grey rug. All we want is speckles of white in it. I'm quite good at that with a paintbrush. It goes everywhere. But with this, you can have an entire grey one. If you go for the grey fleece, you could just coat it in grey if you wanted to and have that random patch of colour because you are the designer, because you feed them through. Maybe you draw your own design on the back, just random circles, and they're the circles that you go and do if you want to. The choice is yours for £15.99. There is so much you can do. We're going to quickly go down the counter just to show you everything that you need through the show as well. But it's so easy to do. It's just 2 tools. And remember, we're in Freedom Frenzy. If you go over that £40 mark and you're not a Freedom member, you become one for free. We will give you a Freedom membership free of charge for a month. It's entirely up to you. But you can keep it if you want. Just keep it, just carry on going. Or you can cancel it. It's entirely up to you. But if you're already a Freedom member, we then will take that Freedom price off your overall basket. It's a win-win situation. And if you don't know what Freedom is, Janice is here. Oh yeah, she's here live in the other studio. Janice, tell me more.
Hello everyone, I've got a minute or two to tell you why you should all be members of Hochanda Freedom. Did you know that with Hochanda Freedom you could be saving on your deliveries every single month? For just a £6.97 monthly fee, you'll benefit from unlimited standard delivery, which means the more you spend with us, the more you save. And do you know the best bit? You can cancel at any time. Becoming a member of Hochanda Freedom, you'll also be able to take advantage of our exclusive Freedom members discounts, where you can save anything up to 20% on an already fantastic Hochanda price. Freedom members will also receive our exclusive members badge and Freedom newsletter, which will keep you updated with all the goings-on behind the scenes. Look at all these benefits for £6.97 per month. Over 12,000 of you are already members, and we thank you so much for being part of our family and sharing your crafting passion with us. In fact, I'm going to hand over to you to tell everyone else about your experience with Hochanda Freedom.
I'm a Freedom member, which means I can shop a lot.
It's the discounts and all the special offers you get.
I get special offers, I get special discounts. They tell me when everything's happening. So if there's a special show I want to watch, then it's there. I'm able to just shop when I'd like.
It's just good to have. Yes, you do save. If you buy like I do, you save.
You see, you could be a member instantly for £6.97 per month with no monthly obligation. So when you want to cancel, you can. Just give us a call or go to our website, quoting the item number 88888. So, don't forget you get your unlimited standard delivery, exclusive Freedom discounts, members badge and members newsletter. What are you waiting for? Join Hochanda Freedom today and become a member of the growing Hochanda family.
So, I'll tell you after the show.
Distracted, sorry.
We were just talking. I was like, we literally finished and I threw to Janice. And then I was like, I love this. This is amazing. And then I went to pick up a pattern and said, how actually does it work? 'Cause I wasn't really paying attention when you were talking because I was too busy poking the felt through the fox. But it's ever so fun to do and ever so easy to do as well. But what you're going to need is, if you have the right tools, it'll make it even easier.
These are what will save you an awful lot of time. Now, they don't look that exciting here, but when we go back to demo and we'll show you them again, the actual functionality that they give you speeds things up so much. It is unbelievable.
No, it really does. In theory, what you're looking at is a large ruler that will cut them all to the same size.
Yes,
so these are the sizes.
That cuts everything the right width for you. And then this one cuts everything the right length for you.
So that does the strips.
Yep,
and
that does
that
the
cuts
strips.
them into the little squares.
And most of the fabrics that you get, you'll find that they're obviously 50 centimetres. This is just over 50 centimetres wide. So the whole strip here should cut you a half-metre piece. Yeah. So it's all worked out, so it all works together.
See? So, what you need to do is look at the saving, first of all. £17 saving, £15.99, then you're getting both. Once you've got these, you've got them for life. You can then start creating out of any material that you want to create them out of. £15.99, 676 636 is your item number.
It's a good number, that one.
Oh,
it's a good number.
It is a good number, 676366. I like it. But then, it's the small details with that. Yeah. And then we've got fleece. Now this is beautiful fleece. Orange is your favourite. Orange is limited stock. That's me poking.
Go.
So is grey.
No, that's penguin, and then that's your fox, isn't it?
Necessarily, though, it doesn't have to be. These could be a multitude of colours for your next carpet, for the next rug that you're going to put outside the back door.
I mean, the great thing about this is it's really good for even finding, finds in charity shops.
Yeah,
because if you think about a kind of a men's fleece jacket, there's quite a lot of fabric in there.
That's true.
So you've got all of the stuff on the front and the two side bits. You've got all of the fabric in the sleeves as well. So there's probably, once you get it cut up, near on a metre of fabric.
And all you need is a little tiny square. Like, you don't need long strips. You just cut these jackets up. Right? You can imagine as a sleeve how many little squares that you've got. Now you're just touching me. You like that a little bit too much. But now, the amount of colour fabric that you've got from your fleece. So we've got the red, we've got the orange, which is limited stock. We've got the bottle green, which is more racing green. We've also got...
You're questioning my colour naming.
No.
Peacock.
Peacock.
You've got the pink. Now, this one's actually the dark grey, I think.
Very limited for dark grey.
We have light grey as well.
OK.
There's white, black, baby blue. Am I going too fast for you, Andy? Light pink, mustard. Now, mustard's lovely for things like lions and things. You can make a lovely lion with mustard.
Oh, a lovely lion, but it's limited stock. So limited, we are limited on mustard, a limited lion. If we're limited on mustard, we are very low on the grey, very low. And we're limited on the orange as well. Lovely colour combinations.
So, once you've got your tools and you've got your fleece, you need patterns to make things.
You do need patterns to make things. Patterns. Now, you are getting 12 projects, all in all, and you get your little cutter as well.
Yes, you get your snip strip, so the smaller one that creates the ones that are the right height, that's what you'll get with it. But now, all of the instructions have got the size of the strip that you need on there.
Oh, yeah.
And the tools will cut you your pieces to that exact same size.
And everyone has got full instructions as well, so you're getting the
you've
fish.
got pictures on all of them, so it tells you what to do, what order to do it in, how to fill them in, how to attach them, how to sew them together, and the basics of Proggy is on the top of every single one.
I like fish, ladybird, the Proggy rug that you currently see me using on the table. You've also got, I'm going to open this one out, you've also got the bigger bag as well. It's a bit like the rug, but bigger, both sides. Then you've got the sheep.
Okay.
Then you've got the pillow. Then you've got the wreath. Then you've got the pink rug, but you could do that in any colour that you wanted to, if you wanted to as well. Then you've also got the pig.
That's Bridget.
Bridget the pig.
She asked to be called the pig, though, because we were in the office naming things. We'd made some new things, and she had the option of being called a number of different things, and she wanted to be the pig.
But Bridget wanted to be the pig?
Yeah.
Bless her, Bridget. Can you do an ant?
An ant?
Call it Adam?
No.
Adam ant?
No. I see you
Bridget
more as
gets
an
me a pig.
aardvark.
A fox, a puppy, and a... Don't you start, Zoe. Laughing on the other side of the studio over there. I can see out the corner of my eye. And the Christmas tree as well. And you also get a full set.
I'm just deciding what kind of animal you should do.
You also get a full set of patterns as well. Now, can we talk through the patterns, please?
Maybe a panda. I can see you as a panda.
Can I be a
perhaps.
koala?
Yes.
Email in studio@channel.com. What animal do you see? Now, be nice. Oh, go on, Zoe. A llama?
An Adam llama.
Adam the llama. I like the llama.
Alpaca.
Alpaca?
Done.
Adam the alpaca.
I think we're done. No,
That would be good.
no emails required now.
Send them in. If you want to see an animal that we've not done, send in your email, studio@chanda.com, and we'll put them forward.
And then I have to make it.
Can we have a llama?
Yeah, I can do that.
Can we have Adam the llama?
I mean, it has to be, I think, alpaca. Because they look
Adam the
quite
alpaca,
similar. I
then?
don't think there's enough difference between them, like, proggy-wise, to... Could you be an alpaca?
I could be an alpaca. I could be anything you want. My
You
name's
just want-
going on
you
here.
just want to be a
I
proggy,
just want to
don't
be
you?
I just want to be a proggy. Be my biggest achievement.
Okay, I'm going to explain how to use the templates while he dreams of what animal you'd like to be. So, what you do is you lay the hessian over the top of these, and when you lay the hessian over the top, I'm going to see if we can see on here. Let's get a little bit of it, not all of it. I don't know if you can see there,
Yes.
but you can actually just about see the template through it. So then you take a permanent marker, you draw around the dotted line on the outside. That dotted line on the outside is where you cut your hessian.
Yes.
You also draw in these solid lines as well. So it tells you exactly where all your bits need to be. You do not need to cut these templates out. You can leave them as they are on there, so you can easily put them in a folder or a file and reuse them.
Good to know.
So your dotted line is where you cut the hessian. Your solid line is where you kind of fold them to create that edged border that we talked about before, where you're folding over the edges. So that's how you kind of start with the outer pieces. There are some inner pieces and some kind of bits that you will just do in fleece. So for example, on the fox that you're working on, this piece here is all just done in fleece, and this creates his nose. So you cut that in white, and then you add that orange piece, sew that orange piece onto there. Once you've added that on, you then snip all the pieces and push them through. We'll show you how to do the nose, actually, because I'm sure we've got a bit there. You like Vince, don't you? He's named after our accountant.
He'd look lovely sticking into an alpaca. So you can see it from the top. But then we've got the other sets of prints. We've got to move on. Now we've got the parrot. You've got the owl.
Yeah, I can't remember which one's Ken and which one's Brian.
Then we've got the rug, the heart rug. Then you've got the other pug. Well, it's not. It looks like a little pug.
Puppy. We've just
That's a little
generically
puppy.
gone
Generic
puppy.
puppy.
Yeah.
Hedgehog.
Graham.
He's a little button on the end of his nose, I feel. You've got a little kitten.
It's Paul.
Then you've got the duck.
And there's differing difficulties of these, because if you have a look on the corner, it's got a difficulty rating on each of them. So that one's quite easy, that one's number 2, but Paul is number 4, so he's more advanced. So maybe if you're new to this, start with the easier ones and then kind of work your way up.
Number
That's
1.
a 1, very easy.
Then what's your bag?
That's a bag.
What's bag? 3. Well, that's not that difficult. Penguins are number 2.
Yeah.
Well, then we get into designs as well. Once again, all of everything you need, but what you're also going to need as well...
All of those templates are full size as well, so you don't need to go and photocopy anything bigger.
Thank you. It's always good to know. It's good to know. 1959 for this set pattern book. Each one is different as well, so if you're going to go for all of them. But what you're also going to need is you're going to need a bit of hessian. This is the man. Now this hessian is not just any old hessian. This is a third of the stock has already gone.
Hessian.
It's the Goldilocks one. For the sheer fact, this one is just right, as it were. It's not got holes too big. It's not got holes too small. Yeah. It's just got holes just in the middle.
Yes, just right. Well, that's important though, because if your holes are too big, your little bits of fabric just flop out. If your holes are too small, then it's just really hard work.
Then you start. You'll notice once you get because of the hessian, it sort of creates its own hole. Because all the waft and the wift and the whatever you call it, what do you call it?
Warp and the weft. Warp goes up and down, weft goes left and right. Weft to the left. Did you learn something?
Weft to the left,
weft
to
the
right. Everybody here, gather round tonight. Now,
do you want to jump?
Weft to the left, weft to the right. Everybody here, gather round tonight. I should really stop drinking
Got to
tea.
wait for the quilting cowboy for that.
He has little waistcoats and nothing else, so.
You've seen the pictures.
Can't get life figure out like that on TV. I'll put him to shame. So, happy hour deal as well. Very busy on this. 20 fat quarters is what you're getting for £19.99.
There's a lot of head shaking coming from across the studio, isn't there?
It is. They're professional, that's why, unlike us. £19.99.
Professional.
This price will go back up in 20 minutes' time, and it'll go back up to £59.80. 098257 is your item number. Jump to the website.
Everybody's laughing at us because we said we were quite professional sometimes, and they're just like...
Only sometimes. Now, we've also got little tiny
nice
sets that's on
thumbs.
there as well to make little flowers if you wanted to make butterflies. Your Hessian's on there as well. You're getting 1.5 metres. A pre-cut Hessian pack is what you get on there. Very busy. For that is what you are. You can also become a Freedom member while you're on there, if you wanted to. Everything's there. Remember, if you spend more than £40, it's Freedom Frenzy, isn't it? So if your spending's £40, quote Freedom Frenzy, you become a Freedom member for free. If you're already a Freedom member, we'll take £6.97 off your order. It's good, isn't it?
That's very nice of you.
Well, isn't it? If you're a Freedom member, you might as well get a bonus as well.
Why not?
Why
the
then?
devil not? I'm assuming you're just going to...
I'm cracking on.
Every time he sits that list...
Oh,
no. OK, Katie, what do you want me to do? I was trying to ask you in between, but you were busy.
She was just telling me what to do. That's what she paid. Bless her. Can we show us how to cut
You want to do
it?
the tools? OK, roger that. OK, so to use the tools, if it's a piece of fabric you've cut before, then what you're going to do is just flip that over, line up that top edge with the edge of the fabric. I picked green fabric on a green board. Genius. Never mind. So you line that up on there, and because that tool's got a little bit of flex to it, and I've buried my rotary cutter. There we go. Oh, you've put the safety on again. It's always
Safety
it's
first.
safety up.
Always put your
So
safety on.
the fabric that you get, those 1/2 metre strips, are perfect to use with the cutting board, because you'll notice you've got enough to get a rotary cutter's width at the top, and you've got the same at the bottom. So you'll get full strips if you're using this with your 1/2 metre pieces. So your first one is to line up with your existing piece, and then you're putting your fingers on the next one along, and that's just to hold that fabric in place, and then moving your fingers out the way. 2, 3, and then I'm running out of boards, so I'm going to stop. And if you've got a nice sharp rotary cutter, then that's going to give you your long strips. Now, we've been showing you one technique, which is where you use the strip snip afterwards to cut it into the shorter strips. I'll do that one more time with this, and then I'll show you a different technique that you can do with those long strips as well. So to use the strip snip, you're going to go in from the back and then to the centre, over the top. Whoops, I had 3 of them there. Over the top, round and round and round. And that first turn where you go over the top of yourself, that does 2 things. It locks it and stops it sliding, but it also gives you a full piece on your first turn. I've lost my big scissors, but I'll use these little ones. And then go through both of those, all of the layers. And that gives you all of your little pieces exactly the right size and ready to go. So if you didn't want to do that, and you wanted to use some of these longer pieces to create different effects, oh, it's all right, it's just because I hadn't put the back on the eye properly. Could you pass me the bag with the tree on, please?
Bag with the tree.
Thank you. Now, there's 2 different techniques on here. The bit that's doing the trunk there, that's got a more of a looped technique to it. And then on the top, that's the Proggy technique that we've shown Adam. So this loop technique is slightly different, and I will show you how to do that. I'll use this spare piece that we've got here. Okay, so you're always working from the back. So I should really turn that over. There you go. And your first and your last piece of this technique needs to go through to the front. After that, you can do all the rest from the back. So that goes 3 along, same as you did with the other one. Make a nice big hole, create a loop, push the whole loop through. So you want your kind of fingers underneath, just kind of grabbing hold of that as it comes through, because you don't want to pull it back through on your next one. Nice big hole. Now you can follow the lines on the Hessian with this, or you can go in completely kind of random shapes. It's entirely up to you. So you create that fold, push the whole lot through, and then again, my finger's just there, just hanging on to it, just so it doesn't pull through in the next one. So 3 along, hole, fold, and you push it through. And then you create this little kind of looped effect. And the more you do, the more that will fill out. Now, when you push them through, you can create bigger loops, if you want, by creating bigger folds and pushing those through. So you can create bigger loops and smaller loops and create all sorts of different textures in there. And the reason you take that first one and the last one through is because if I pull that, it's fine and it's not coming out. But if I pull this one, they'll all pop out. So first and last, go through to the front on that. So there's a cushion behind you there on the sofa with the beach hut on.
Oh yeah. The grey fleece has now sold out. Grey fleece is gone.
So this one uses both of those techniques. This one up the top here, that's using that looped technique.
Yep.
And that you can see you can create shapes with it, because we create kind of more curvy shapes there to create the deck chair and things, and then the bottom is done with the Proggy technique to create the texture in the sand. So you can do this kind of thing where you're using different widths, where you're using kind of half width ones to put the kind of little bits in between the slats on the beach hut. So you can use different heights and different widths to create different shapes, different directions. So that's obviously going up and down, whereas this one's going side to side. You can take it, as far as you want to. And there are other techniques that you can do as well. Things like the apples on here, they're done with little knots. And the best thing to use for the knots are the salve edges of the fabric. So these bits of the fabric, they're really good to save and use as knots. You can put them in, normal pieces if you want to, but I find those better for knotting. So this, again, just gives you a different type of texture, allows it to stand proud when you've got such a thick, dense pile with your kind of proggy tree.
That's nice.
More techniques. We've got these on the show as well. So these are your tie-its. So the tie-its, I'll just use my green bit because it's out. They are pre-cut shapes which you can work with, and they're all pre-cut, and they've got 2 little slots in there. So those little slots you can match up, so you can have it like that, or you can turn it the other way. So you can match them up and create different kind of little flower shapes, and then when you want to attach them to something, you just give them a little stretch and use a Proggy tool again just to push those through.
So the orange fleece is now sold out as well. There's a lot of you sitting on the website with the fleece in your basket. Check them out, or I don't really like to say this, but I think you might lose them. So if you've got them in your basket at the moment, start checking them out. Oh, what a headband.
Well, it's more to put in things like this. So if you wanted a little bit of a feature piece in there anywhere, you can just push those through. And that one, where's the other end to this? It's a bit of a long one. There you go. Pull those through to the back.
Oh, okay. Oh my word, look at that now.
There you go. So you can add extra features to that, and the more you pull it, because I've left that quite loose, but if I wanted to create kind of more texture and have it fold in a bit, then you can just pull it in a little bit tighter before you tie it. So you can add kind of features like that with the tie-its. There's also a different kind of tie-it, which is this one here. This one creates butterflies
Okay.
So
I've done my fox, you see.
Oh, you finished? Okay, let me have a look and see if there's any more bits. Oh, right. Let me just have a look. Yes, this whole top piece needs doing. You see, between his eyes there, and you need a couple of bits there, and then up to the white. Just keep him busy. So you give them a little stretch, because when they're cut, they are laser cut, so it tends to kind of melt the edges of the fabric. So you need to give them just a little bit of a tug to stretch.
Sorry, chip in. Mustard now gone. I know you don't like me chipping in, but I need to tell you. Mustard is now gone. Mustard gone.
Legally obliged chipping.
Wow, I don't like to do it because it's all about technique, and this is what you want to learn. You don't hear me jabbering on. But when things go...
That's why I distract you. That's why I distract you with tasks. Okay, so you pull those through both sides. Now, if your work is particularly thick, then you can just leave them like that. If you want to tighten it in a bit, again, give them a good stretch, and then just tie a knot. That's all you're going to do. So push that through there.
Where's that?
Pull the rest of that through. Come on, Mr. Butterfly.
Sorry, I was literally just chatting to myself.
Not you. There.
No, me.
There you go. Let me turn that around for you so you can see. There you go. And they just tie in. So you can add embellishments to them, absolutely no problem. Those tie-its will work with all sorts of different things. And there are 20 pieces in there. So I think there's about 5 or 6 butterflies, and then the rest are in flowers. So you can use the flowers independently, or you can start to layer them up. It's up to you. I'm going to get my tool.
There's a lot you can do. The details are on the screen for the flowers at the moment. £9.99. I'm loving this palette. This is amazing. 609887 is your item number. £9.99 for 20 pieces is what you're getting. We'll bring you details for the pick and mix fleece. We've already had 3 sellouts on the fleece already. The grey, the orange, and now the mustard. You're getting 3 pieces, half metre pieces.
Make nice sound.
£12.99. If I had to go for my 3 now they're sold out, I would go for
the
bottle green, peacock.
Leopard is quite good because the leopard, the owl, Alan, who's sitting over there. Could you throw us Alan, please, Kirsty?
Alan?
Thanks.
Alan?
There you go. That's the leopard print fleece that's in that. And that gives you, it just looks like you've used lots of different colours to get a mottled effect. You don't. You've absolutely just cheated and just used a leopard print fleece.
Wow, there you go. To get that leopard print, I think that would be my 3rd option. Peacock, the bottle green, and leopard print.
Okay, there you go. Right, Katie, what else do you want me to do? Some poking? Okay. Okay, well, I'll show you how to do the edges again, because the edges are quite important. Am I losing some instructions when I leave here?
No, you showed me the first time round and I wasn't really paying attention because I was busy doing this.
Okay, so things like your corners and your edges are really, really important. So when you're doing your edges, you want to kind of press them in half and then go through both of those layers and work your way round. What I advise with your things like your curves is to do kind of every 2 inches apart, put one in, because if you start at one end and work your way all the way up to the top, you'll kind of bunch all of that fabric up. Whereas if you kind of put one in every couple of inches all the way around, what you'll do is you'll spread those out and then you'll gradually kind of fill them in as you go. I'm just getting a few spare bits here. When you get to corners, if I put one in there, and then I'll put another one in at the bottom, and then I'll quickly do corners. Curves, they're fairly easy. You just need to spread out those bits where you're getting the bunches. So in order to do that, every kind of 2 inches or so, you pop one in, and then what I would also advise that you do is go ahead and mark out your colours. So you know on your piece that you were doing there, Catherine had already kind of marked out where the white was and where the orange was. Because to do that, you kind of have to flip it front to back to make sure you're going in the right place. Okay. Once you've got those outlines in, you can just work from the back straight in. So you can see there, I've just put a few bits in there just to hold it in position, and then I can work those short distances going one side to the next, and then I don't have those bunches of hessian occurring. Corners, you just want to fold. I mean, there's an example there where you can actually work in other fabrics and you can get completely different effects. Now, cotton will fray a lot more. It will settle down eventually because all the bits that are going to come off will come off, but you can get a completely different effect. You need to work much more closely together with cotton because it's thinner. Exactly. It's as simple as that. You just need to work a little bit close together. And to do the corner, I've folded that over so it obviously matches with the pattern that we've drawn onto the hessian, and then I'm going to put a piece in there to go through all 4 layers. Now that is hard work, and if you are working with a little one, then I would definitely recommend doing the corners for them. So you just need to work it through. Let me just, there we go. That's it. Just work it through and then give it a good old push to create a bit that's kind of big enough to get it all the way through. And when you're popping your bits of fleece through, if you always push a corner through rather than the centre, you can find you'll be able to pull that corner through far more easily than pushing the centre of the piece of fabric through. Because if I just show you that again here, right? If I push that through from the corner, it'll pop through quite easily. If I do that again up here and I try and push the centre through, I'm gonna struggle. So always push the corners through.
Oh, there you go. There's so many hints and techniques, and there's so much you can do when you get these home. You can create a wealth of animals as well. Remember, you've got full patterns in there. There's a lot of people with stuff in your baskets. I don't want you to miss out on this one. I've had an hour of fun. This has been an absolute blast creating the foxes. Do check out your baskets. I'll see you tomorrow.
Nice and quiet. You will.
We'll do it all again.
Diamond
same
dots.
place. So, this alpaca, is it going to be any time soon?
Do you want one, really?
Yes.
What colour?
Oh, join me next one day special. I don't mind. We could do white in like a little necklace.
Oh, you want a necklace?
Oh.
Hi, I'm Sarah.
And I'm Vicky. We are the Stamping Sisters
from Stamp Addicts. We started our family-run business in 1992 when we were importing rubber stamps from the USA.
But now we design and manufacture them all here in-house in our shop in Bedfordshire.
We make grey rubber stamps and we make them as deeply etched as we possibly can so that you can use them in many different ways.
On our shows on Hochanda, we like to give you lots of different techniques to use with the stamps, different ways that they can be used and ideas.
We hope that we can inspire you to get out your stamps and have a play. Look at all the different designs we've got. We've got Christmas, we've got scenic, we've got cute and furry. There's something for everyone.
Make sure you don't miss the Stamp Addict shows
on Hochanda.
Calling all the Hochanda viewers, we have some exciting news for you. From the 1st of April, we will have a new schedule for our one-day special shows. The one-day special will now be shown live at 6 p.m. and 8 p.m, followed by 8 a.m, 12 p.m, and the final call at 4 p.m. the following day. This means that following your feedback, when we have a special 2-hour launch of the one-day special at 5 p.m. and 6 p.m, both hours will be available live to our Freeview viewers. So join us from the 1st of April for our new exciting one-day special schedule, only on Hochanda.
Hello, my name's Stuart and I'm the Managing Director of Oakwood Archer. Oakwood Archer is a family-run business and my son and my daughter work very hard with me to bring the best craft items to you in the UK. We specialise in high-quality items brought into the UK from all over the world, including brands like Kaisercraft, Stampendous and Impression Obsession. Working with Hochanda is fantastic for us. It gives us the opportunity to bring all of these brands and all of these products from all over the world direct to you, the crafter in the UK. Our products include stamps, dies, papers, buttons, trimmings, ribbons and album making kits. Just about everything you need to be a good crafter. So please don't miss Oakwood Archer shows on Hochanda.
So, have you got a card that would go through the post? Of course you have. A card that looks beautiful, but then when you open it, it becomes alive. Everything that you need is all in here. Everything that you will use is all here. We've got things from photos to when you open them up. This is just one of the projects in your one-day special. We can then move into cards that open and concertina on their own, but are still flat enough to pop in your standard envelopes and send through. But then we can also move. Look at this, like an exploding cracker that you're getting on here. You're getting all 3 sets of dies for this. Now, it's not just 3 dies, it's 43 dies in total, and already a third of the stock of your one-day special has now already gone. I'm not here on my own on this eve. We've got Paola's here.
Hello.
This is
amazing.
What a one-day special.
It is. We are very, very honoured. Well, I am very honoured to be representing Karen Burniston, but here at Hochanda we are very excited as well to have Karen Burniston join the Hochanda family. Karen is an amazing woman, a civil engineer by trade. She's married to another civil engineer. Her husband is also a civil. She's mother of twins as well. She has got 2 puglets. A mix between pugs and beagles.
Oh, puglet.
Yeah. So it's just so you know a little bit more about her. But she's based in Texas. And of course, she has got experience of many years doing templates and drawing them and making all these pop-ups to bring in her crafting and her civil engineering background into one. Now, she has worked with different craft companies to develop dies, so she has got a wealth of knowledge, and now she has joined with one of her friends to be in control, creative control, absolute. And this is what she does, is give you the dies, if I return it, that are quite, you look at them and you're thinking, well, there is, instant frames here, there is a smile, there is like, but you can incorporate the die cut it out of any card. Also using scraps, which is a great thing because you and create things like that. That's the die that will create this.
Look at that.
Now, the other thing I want to mention is Karen herself wanted to be here today. Of course, she's based in America, and she didn't want to travel. Well, she couldn't travel, obviously, amidst what is happening. Hence why I jumped into the last minute to demonstrate. We have been friends for a long time, and I hope I do justice to her dies. And the one thing I would say is that please know that there is a wealth of knowledge on the website, on her website, and on YouTube, tutorials step by step for every single die.
Which is good to know before we get anywhere. For the sheer fact, once you get these home, you're going to cut them out and you're going to go, never in a million years can I create cards. Because you open this up and you look like this is going to be bit A goes to bit B, goes to bit C, D, then E goes to F, then F goes back to A. You have to fold it under here. No. It's really not like that at all. It's so quick and simple to create.
The only thing I would say is use a trusted glue.
You need a good tacky glue. But we were saying just before we come on, you can use them in your cards if you want to, but you can also use them in your journals.
Absolutely. I mean, not that this is my journal. I don't have it glued here, but just to explain it, you could glue these covers in here and you could flatten it out, and then suddenly you can have these pages on your journals.
I think which would be amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Create an album. I'm sorry. Fingers and thumbs today. Fingers and thumbs here?
Yes.
Look at that. So
you could create like a star, because you put them together, you do another 2 round the back as well. You could then have a hanging if you wanted to. There is so much scope when you get these dies home. We've never seen dies like this before. You may have, the crafting world out there, you may be going at. I have to see them all the time. I haven't. Not any of this easy anyway.
Well, the thing is, it's easy. The fact that you can use scraps of paper or crafts to, the scraps of paper that you have got or cards that you might have, so you can use them, and then you are not wasting anything. You are actually achieving what is my goal of zero waste crafter.
Well, it is, because you get even the smallest things. If we turn this on, you've got the smallest thing like the drawing pins.
Exactly.
You could handle a load of the drawing pins from your scraps, from your G45s that you've got there. Those tiny little bits that you don't know what to do with.
Absolutely.
You keep them safe. You keep them in a little part. You've always got them drawing pins to add on other projects as well.
And then you create something spectacular.
It is amazing.
It's spectacular. I just love it. I just think it's just phenomenal. And look at that, the three-dimensional this. By the way, we want to thank also to the whole design team from Karen. They have made all the finished samples, including, of course, Karen herself. Kelly Booth, I met her as well. Fran Savad. So all these people, thank you so much for your samples.
No, it is. They are absolutely stunning. Now, the good bit. There are 2 flexible payments on these of £34.99. A one-off payment of £69.97, but why pay everything when you can pay half now and half in a month's time? And this will be sent to you after your first flexible payment as well. Remember, as you are going over that £60 mark, if you quote Freedom Frenzy, if you're not already a Freedom member, you become a Freedom member for free, which would also take off, in theory, that postage and packaging.
Yep.
So in theory, it's £69.97. Or, if you're already a Freedom member, it would be £63. Well, I never. If you're a Freedom member, £63 today for all these.
That is fabulous. And the thing is that they are dies designed by a civil engineer. That is a crafter that has got like basically 2 decades of experience designing pop-ups.
You see, we're moving on. We're getting busy already. Now, the accordion is what we're talking about. What I didn't say though, if you're a Freedom member, we take off the Freedom price from your basket. So you'll save £6.97 is what you'd save. But you also need to quote Freedom Frenzy as well when you're checking out your baskets. All right, then, moving on to the accordion now is what we've got. £34 and 99 pence. 620305 is your item number. What are we getting?
We are getting a cat. No, we are not. Actually, that's a separate die. We were kind of joking. Now, what we are getting here is the die to create this beautiful, I just find it very interesting. Accordion birthday cards, and well, wear me whatever you want. Now you are getting, if I show it, you are getting not only the accordion mechanism, you are getting the hinges, so you can extend it as big as you want it. You also are getting decorative elements, and even you are getting the die to create the paper or card jump rings. So if you look at these ones, can you see them?
Oh yeah, just here, look, on the little stars.
There, that is actually die cut. That is, can you imagine?
I love that card.
It's just gorgeous, isn't it?
Everything you need.
Of course, the animals are a separate die, but everything that you need to create this structure for this. And then again, so easy. Now, again, I demonstrated that one in the previous hour. That was the last demo that I did, but do refer to the website. The other thing I wanted to mention before it, each pack comes with instructions, and that is the only, like when I got them, I said, I'm not going to refer to the videos. I want to see how easy and clear those instructions are, and I had no problem. Except one, but I'll show you.
You see, £34.99, 620305 is your item number for the accordion. Now, circles is what we're moving on next. 30% of the circles now has already gone. This is the second live hour, £21.99. There's also a Freedom price on this as well, £19 and 90. No, it's not £19 and 79 pence. 401905 is your item number. What are we getting in circles?
So in this one, it's kind of a similar concept, you know. Way, but it's completely different. If you it's like kind of similar but different. No, what it is the fact that you have a pivot in there, so it has got like a accordion in here. But of course, it does not create like the outside cut. So here, what you are getting is the die that you put it flush to the edge, and then you can die cut it perfectly. The center in here, so that will cut it, and then it creates all the different elements. It's really easy, but again, you know, look at that one. Look at this one.
Look at these.
So you can have it with invisible thread as well. It's absolutely brilliant.
And you're getting all of this.
Yep.
You get everything you need, remember, in these dies to create these for £19 and 97 pence. The delivered price to your door. 401905 is your item number. Now, we're not allowed favourites.
Yeah.
We're contracted. You're not allowed a favourite. But at the moment, I currently have 4.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this is one of the 4.
Okay.
To buy a card like this normally, to buy it in a shop, would cost you a fortune. Look at that.
Look at that. Completely flat. Now, the Happy Birthday and Celebrate are separate dies, and one of the things I like them, they're for Karen Burniston, is that they come in one piece, so you can put them in there. But aside from that, the mechanism here, the die that cuts that, the die that cuts this stepper, that comes in with this kit. The balloons also come in there. The how you call it? The streamer. Streamer also comes in this die. So it means that set, which means that you can create something like this.
Look at that. This reminds me, if you know someone that's into the theatre, if you know someone that's into the shows, if you know someone that's into singing, dancing, you take your dies, your singing and dancing dies, that central piece of a microphone, pop them in the centre. You can now have a complete scene. If you know someone that's into the Peter Pan West End musical, you could create an entire set in the middle of there that would all fold down.
Or Art Deco. Art Deco. You know, that kind of, because that has got the lines from the 1920s.
That's what reminded me of, like, the wings of a theatre.
Exactly, yeah.
You could go to town with these.
Or something like that. You know,
it'd be beautiful. An invitation for afternoon tea. You pop in there, you are invited to, and as the afternoon tea pops up, this is the first time I've seen them. Already I'm starting thinking of other uses for them. £20.96 your freedom price. 440455 is your item number for this one. One of my favourites. Now, up next, the pivot panel is up next as well. I like this one as well.
Oh, this one is so beautiful. Now, this one is an easy one, I would say. This one is, if you are thinking, I want to just invest in one that is just simple and it just doesn't give me too much to think about it, I would recommend to go for this one. Now, however, simple doesn't mean that it's not beautiful, that it still has got that double pop-up or that kind of intertwined element into here. And this one is simple to put, simple to make, but also it comes with the present size, the little tiny, let me show you, the tiniest of tags.
Oh, yeah.
It's so cute. So it is one of those ones that I would recommend to go for. If it was the first time that you wanted to go for the dies like this, I would say this is perfect.
It's the little details that she's put in.
It is.
Is what I like the ribbon on the presents, like those tiny little tags that you can just do that little squiggly right.
I mean, look at that. Look how gorgeous that is. Like the tiniest tag in there. The tiniest tag. And of course you can mix and match. The other thing that she does very well, Karen, is mixing and matching the dies, so everything, all the little elements, you can use them in the different things.
It's worth having up. £19.97 let's start that again. I'm all excited. 205334 is your item number now. Flower pot up next. This 20% of the stock has already gone here. The package doesn't do it. It's when you actually see it in red. The TV doesn't do this card justice.
I mean, this one comes in with a wrap around, so then you take it out of the wrap, and then
look at that.
And then, seriously. And of course, all the flowers are from the other dies, so that means that if you have got flower dies, we have got them, if you want them, we have got them in the show, but if you have got in your stash, you can use whichever. Is this basically what it does for you is cuts the pot, and it cuts all the mechanism into the cards and all the lines across, so it will fit in here. Look at this.
It's beautiful, isn't it? They're absolutely beautiful. You go out and buy cards like this, you go and look for cards like this, you're easily looking at £3, £4, possibly £5 for a 3D card that pops up, especially with Mother's Day coming up as well. How beautiful would these be? Absolutely stunning. £21.99. 328772. We've not spoke about the extended delivery either. It's the 24th of March. It's coming all the way from Texas.
Actually, I think it's Kansas. Sorry, I kind of went. Sorry, she's based in Texas. The company, which is she's associated with the Riley and Company. The offices are in Kansas, so I think it's dispatched from Kansas.
Oh, so from Kansas,
but still far away.
It still won't be here. It still won't be here in 2 days. It is extended delivery. 24th of March is when it's coming from. Only 10 days. Next up, though, maybe you don't want the plant pot in the card, but you still want that plant pot element. Here it is. This is the plant pot
now,
you've been looking for.
if you wanted a woven basket, no, so this is a different because this one is not a pop-up in terms of a card. So if you wanted that to make it as a card that you can send it, this will just display it like this. I mean, look at that, glorious. Now, of course, it is slightly different in the inside. The other one is a crisscross. This one is straight lines. But this one, what I think is very clever, is that weave basket in here. So the die will create that weave. Like, you will have the different pieces and you weave it together. It's very clever.
So it comes flat, but then if you open it all out, you get that 3D element.
Because sometimes the previous one needs a card to be inside. This one doesn't. So.
But you imagine gifts. You could still pop that in a card if you wanted to.
Absolutely, yeah.
You pop that in the centre, right in your card, then when it opens out, they've got a beautiful little thing to leave on the mantelpiece if they wanted to. Absolutely beautiful. And I'm sure you could find a way that would pop. But then we've also got the twist panel next as well. I'm intrigued by a twist panel.
Oh, this one is really... No, this one, when I said, this one is the one that I referred to the video because I was trying to put it together after early shift.
Oh.
So I had been awake since 4:30 a.m. and by 4 o'clock in the evening I was a little bit tired. But that was the only one. And this one, actually, my only question was if I glue one or two bits, and that was it. So, but look at that. The thing is, again, with this die, is very, very clever because when you can see it here, it gives you the ability to use other dies in order to using the pop-up. So, for instance, this is called a twist panel pop-up. But see, it's using the presents from the previous set.
Love these. Beautiful invitations.
Yep.
Birthday invitations, big party celebrations. You are invited to. Will you marry me? You imagine how nice would that be?
Yeah. Or also something like, I'm thinking of you. Like funnily enough, today is my mom's birthday, so Mama. Felicidades. That's just happy. Felicidades is happiness, which is the way of in Spanish to say happy birthday. So I sent her a card, and it was a pop-up card because that's the kind of thing that it shows so much care.
It does show much care. It also shows the care, and it looks like it sounds really bad, but it looks like you've spent more time than you actually have. It looks like you spent hours making these cards, and all you've done is run a couple of dies through and glued it together.
Don't say that to my mum if she's
watching.
No.
It's spent hours, weeks, putting that card together, Mrs. Powler. But it does. It looks like you spent the time and effort to do it. Let's show how easy this is to do it, though. Let's go to the demonstration area. When you get all these home, you're going to go, well, there's so much I can do, and there is so much you can do, and especially with your one-day special as well. So have a little look at this. This is your one-day special crammed into 35 seconds. I think. Yes, indeed. We were just discussing the pink frog cards that we've also got on the show. We'll bring them up on the screen. 60 sheets. Is this the watercolour card?
It is. It is.
Oh,
so basically, you're very well spotted. Basically, I'm a big fan of their watercolour cards. And Mr. Pink Frog did said, well, I'll give you some.
Mr. Pink Frog.
Pink Frog. What did I say? I said something else?
No, that's right.
So he said, oh, yeah, well, if you want some, I'll bring you some. And he brought me some. Thank you very much. He brought me bits and pieces. And this size, I absolutely loved. And when I was preparing for this, I said, actually, could we have a set? Because every single die that we have got on the show, even the matting and layering, will fade through this in this piece. It's not quite an A5. It's a little bit narrow. So it's the same that way. Is the same as an A5 or an A4, the short way. And this is a little bit narrower than an A5, but every single dice that we have got will fit in here. Now you can see that mine is a little bit colored, and the reason is because I use my Pearly Wings new sprays that I have got the hint of gold. So I'm just mix a few colors, and so you can see what I'm creating is this a little bit of randomness, because that is the thing with these dice, and this is what you were saying while the VET was playing, that you can
any dies would work with these.
Or papers.
I wonder what we were talking about. That's what I was saying. But any of the dies that you've already got at home. So now think of all the dies that you've got in your craft room. Think of all the dies that you've now shoved under the sofa for the night because you've stopped crafting before you go to bed. Think of all those dies, the cars, the men, the women, the dancers, the ice skaters, the figure skaters, the flowers, the plant pots, the garden themes. You imagine some of these cards that we've got, especially that big explosion one, as a garden scene. Yeah. The parchment work that you could do on them, if you've got your clarity stuff on there as well with all the gardens, the birds, the trees that could pop. There is so many possibilities when you get these home.
And if you are just brand new, maybe you are now home and you know taking following instructions and staying indoors, and you are discovering crafting, thinking, well, I want to do something. Now this is absolutely fabulous, because this is interesting. It's something that you can use any leading die cutting machine that is in the market. So let's say the Big Shot, the Cuttlebug, the Jane Davenport, the which I am using the Tangerine. You will be able to use them. They are the standard, wafer thin dies.
So they are going to be used for any machines as well. So maybe thinking, what machine do I go for? It doesn't matter. Any machine that you can get your hands on at the moment, all these dies run through. You don't need a special machine, first of all. We've got the cardstock on the show as well. Remember, with the cardstock as well that we're talking about, one, yes, it's watercolour, but two, it's a funny size, and I mean this in a good way. It's a funny size because if you've got an A4 sheet, A4 sheet that you want to colour, you're gonna start wasting, because you think, well, I'll cut this out, I don't need that bit. You forget about your scraps. With these, you're not going to get that much scrappage out of them either. Plus that white page syndrome, you can put all your inks on there, all your colours. You're not going to waste all your inks because you've got that instant background if you want to create an instant background, because you're not looking at the larger pieces of paper. So if you've only got a smaller machine as well, you see, it all ties together. All the dies fit on the paper as well, so you can't really go wrong. It's sort of a little bundle in itself. The papers and your one-day special or some of the other dies that we've got on the show. It's one of these, why not?
And then we have got also like more decorative dies, like for instance the beautiful flowers, and we have got in here. Now what I'm going to do, so I have die cut before. You need 2 tags and 2 of the pop-up mechanism. So what you do, the hinge is here. You can see the hinge is just it creates like 3 very faint lines. So what we have to do is to fold them, tease it gently, and you can use a bone folder if you wanted to make sure that the creases are a little bit more, reinforced.
Yes.
Yep. And you can see that it creates a gusset rather than a flat fold, because you want to have not just a fold, but something that gives you a little bit of depth. Now you behave. This is the glue. Between the shows and practice, it seems to be behaving.
If you didn't want to use glue, could you use red liner tape?
Yeah, you can. You can. The thing is with the red liner tape, I always make a little bit, I don't know, it's one of those things that kind of sometimes at home, red liner tape for some things doesn't quite work for me. Yet for this, I prefer wet glue, but definitely before the show, I would say whichever works. I mean,
I suppose if it's your first time, as it were, with wet glue you get a bit more wiggle room.
Yeah.
So you can line
That's
everything
the thing.
up.
Yeah. You said it better than exactly. That wiggle room.
How about hot glue gun though?
No, I wouldn't go. No, because it adds too much depth.
Oh, you don't want the thickness, especially for the hinges, because it adds.
Because that. Can you see how flat it is? That if I put it like this, you can see that it's so if it was a right. So we have got that. Then we have got this mechanism here, right? So that remember. So then that one. And remember, you have got the instructions in the packaging, so you don't have to remember this. You have got here what I have done, attached the 2 tags in here with a hinge. Then step 2, die cut 2 of those ones, and then you see work the folds as shown to create a pop-up each side. You also have got the photos in the front, so you can refer it and see every kind of fold perfectly.
Where the bends are, where the know.
Indeed. Now, you go like this, and then you go the other one here, you go like that. Okay.
They're quite in depth as well, these instructions.
Oh, they are. This is what I said. It's like I didn't want to refer to the videos, not because I said I want to see how good these instructions are, and they're so good. Right, like this, and then you put it back.
Really, let's break it down. So you've got step 2: die cut 2 pop-up inserts and arrange them with the tabs shown in the picture. Work the folds as shown to create the pop-ups on each side.
Okay, so can you see that? And then this little top, it goes like that. So you do 2 of them like that. And then, can you see how this, it looks like it's in the middle.
Yeah, it does.
But it's not. It's just
it
slightly, it's slightly above it. So what you do, you open this up. And I have used the bits in here already. I glued them. So you glue that bit in here to the card. Can you see it there? So
That's quite clever considering it's one die.
It is, isn't it? It's very clever.
I was just looking at the die pack then going, there must be 2 dies, but it's not straight. But there's not. It's the way you turn it, because it's this large one just here. So that now looks like it's at the bottom, but then when you actually turn it, it goes slightly higher. That will make no sense to you at home until you cut it out. But
you can see
this here moves.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not. So then what you do is you put a little bit of glue in here.
She's a very good engineer.
She is a very good engineer. She is amazing, and she's a crafter. That's the thing. It helps because she knows how easy we want it, how complicated she can push it, or if she doesn't want it to be too complicated that it will put off people to use it.
And we hit the nail on the head there, as it were, for the sheer fact, if it's too complicated, you're going to go, I ain't making one of them again.
Look at that. Right? Now, look at this. Now, then you can use the decorative elements inside this kit to just put them into here. And then we can put them there. Now, okay. And then you can see all these elements that you can...
elements inside.
Let's see, because I have die cut them beforehand. I think I like that one, actually. Yeah. So you can see that you can incorporate them into here.
It just goes to show how these pearly winks, well, it doesn't matter what mediums you use, Paola's used pearly winks at the moment, just adds a different look to the same sort of card that you've already got. Which is amazing. Now, this could be something totally different. It doesn't have to be for a birthday, so you've got Paola's on there, but then, just by putting like the little animals on and changing the colours, you can go proper kiddified if you wanted to, but then you can go more adult with the one that Paola's currently making as well, which I think is amazing and versatile.
It is, absolutely. Now, there are also these border dies. Oh, I need to show you now something else, but let me please, I'm going to show you. I'm just going to put a little bit of glue in here, or a lot of glue, as the case may be. And just kind of like that, because I didn't want to have a little bit too, too perfect. Then I'm going to put that one in here. So that one I'm going to grab my foam pad. Sorry, I kind of forgot to grab some foam pads in here.
I kicked something, but it was you in the drawer.
Oh.
What's under the counter I kicked?
Oh, that's probably me. There we have got there. So you can see that this kind of... And then I have got a die from one of her words. This one is the one... It has here... This one is the...
The word set 1, the greetings. You can get all these on the show as well. There's loads. They are amazing, some of the other ones that we've got on this show. So you've got thinking of you, hello my friend, hello my lover, and then congratulations and thanks in there. All separate dies as well. Well, thinking of you is all 1 die. Congratulations and thanks is 2 dies. And then hello my friend, 3 dies as well. You also get Oh, you're also getting another one as well. You also get happy birthday. Yeah. You get all of these. Oh, there's more than one here. Happy birthday to you. Make a wish. Celebrate. Thinking of you. Hello, my friend. And congrats. Thanks. You're getting both of these for £19.99. 333390 is your item number. There's more on the show as well, like cats and dogs, owls. There's loads that I've cooked. The powders can't go.
The only one thing, the last thing I wanted to mention is that Karen has even given you the die that will cover this bit. So that one will go down here. See?
Oh, it covers the little hole.
The little hole. So it also reinforces it. It makes it a little stronger element in here. But see, even that. And that shows that she's a crafter. Because
it's the little details.
It's the little details. Because as a crafter, you may not want it always, but sometimes you want to cover that element, and that is what makes Karen's dies special, because she is a proper crafter like you and me, that somebody who has been making cards and mini albums and memory albums and little things. I mean, I went to her workshop, one of her workshops here in the south of England, maybe about, I don't know, 15 years or something like that, or 14 years, and we were doing tracing the templates and things like, you know, memory books. And now that you can get the dies, so literally, you know, look at that. I mean, it's just, and just to show you that it's actually how simple and quick it was to make.
I like. You could do a kids one. You could do a rocket, and that could be the moon on the inside, like the different shapes of the moon, if you wanted to be. It could be the world on the inside. You could create a whole globe with these. There's so many things that you could do, and we were. I say we. I was having my dinner, but I was watching on the telly box. Karen, she phoned in all the way from Texas. Oh yes, phoned us in, spoke to Alex and Paola herself. We recorded it. Here we go. Have a listen.
Now, I believe that we do have Karen on the phone, who is our lovely designer of these wonderful dies. Karen, are you there?
I am here.
Hi, Karen.
Oh, hello, Karen. Can I just say, as soon as we all saw your fantastic dies and the samples that have been sent over, everybody was like, "Oh my word, it's so cool!"
Well, there were squeaks in the studio, no?
There were.
Joy.
And of course, so Karen, you know Paola from previous.
I do know Paola. We've known each other for many years.
Many years.
Yeah, because I think Paola, you said at the beginning you went on a workshop.
Yeah, and I worked in the south of England, and a really lovely countryside. And then, so yeah, that's when I attended one of our workshops.
Amazing. So Karen, where did it all start for you, coming up with all these concepts?
No, it's crazy. I have been making cards for many, many years, but it took a long time to kind of figure out how I could merge that in with my paper crafting.
Yeah.
So I started out, as Paola said, with templates that I would just make with, I would CAD draft them, and it would be, you take your craft knife and your scoring tool, and, it would take you a long time to make one pop up.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
And
then once we got into dies, of course, now it's much easier.
Oh, much easier. And then you just get so much pleasure, because then it's the creativity rather than thinking about the measuring and scoring. You've done all the hard work for us.
Yeah.
That's right. With the die sets, everything, all the cutting, scoring, all that's done for you. You just get to spend your time on the assembly and the decorating, which is really the most fun part.
Yeah.
Amazing.
What I love about your dies is the fact that I know that from the moment I open them, I have got like different stages of help, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Because you have got a fabulous YouTube library of tutorials, but I actually, if I'm completely honest, I wanted to test them without referring to them first, and all of them are so easy to put together.
Good.
They are, but yet when you open them. I'm thinking how they work, and even though I have put them, some of them are still like thinking, how does it work?
Yeah. So, like we said, you've done the hard work for us, and we really appreciate it, and everybody is absolutely loving it here. So, hopefully, we'll get you over at some point.
Yeah, you need to come and show us how.
I absolutely want to come, and sorry, I hope I didn't step over anybody.
No.
A little bit of a delay here in Texas, but. I just have to say thank you so much to you, Paola, for stepping in and doing this for us, and to our amazing design team for making all those samples for the show. So we really appreciate it.
Thank you, Karen.
Wonderful.
It's an honor because, you know, not only we have been friends, but I have admired Karen for a very, very long time. So you are, you know, the original that brought, well, or in my opinion, you were the first one that I saw doing these intricate templates. And in my opinion, that is so special to be representing you here today. And I hope to see you very soon.
Oh, brilliant stuff. Well, Karen, you keep safe, eh?
Thank you so much.
And it's lovely to chat to you, and we'll hopefully get to see you really soon.
We hope so too. Thank you so much.
Okay, take care. Bye.
Yes, indeed. Phoned in all the way from Texas. I know, modern technology. But you can see the samples that we've got in the studio. You can be making these at home. This is not one of these that you look at and you go, I could never create that. No way would I be able to make all of these samples that you see, but you can. You can start making, and they fold flat, absolutely flat, but then when you open it up, that's when the magic starts to happen. Now, when we start talking about the magic is quite easy to do because you get everything you need, plus full instructions on how to make every single mechanism that we've got that would work time and time again. From simply just opening them up and closing them. Look at this. Maybe this is the family photos. Maybe these are a holiday that you've been on, a little family tree of loved ones, where you're planning on going on holiday for the next year. A little memory book. You might be going to the UK. You might be going anywhere you want to go. But there's so much you can do. We're talking about little photos and little friends. Imagine a yearbook for school or for nursery. You could have all little pictures of all your little memories that you've achieved over the year. You know, like these little selfie printers that you can buy. These would be perfect just to stick in. Maybe one for your dog as well. Look at that little dog. Look at his little cheeky face. Absolutely beautiful. But you can be creating these when you get them home, and you're getting all 3 sets of dies. That's right, 43 dies in total is what you're getting here. 43 dies, all the mechanisms and full instructions on every single packaging. Every single packaging you get full instructions as well. 512946 is your item number, £34.99 across 2 flexible payments. But by my knowledge, £69.97 clarifies for this down here. Freedom Frenzy. Now, what is this? I'll quickly explain it to you. Freedom Frenzy, yeah, that one there, look, that one there, turning off and on. Oh, we're very magical. Freedom Frenzy is basically you spend over £60 on anything. Doesn't have to be during the live hours. It can be anything on the website as well. And if you're not a Freedom member, this is the time. For the mere fact, this here will get you a Freedom membership for free. Absolutely free for a month. And at the end of the month, you can cancel it if you wish. Or, I know you won't, you'll roll it on, because it's the best thing to do. But if you're already a Freedom member, you think, well, where's the perk in this for me? Hold your horses. You also type this in at the checkout button as well, and you will get that £6.97 off your basket. So this, now, where are we, this side, would be £63. £63, a one-off payment, and get you all the dies to get you home. It's worth it, isn't it? 512946 is your item number. There's much more on the website as well. It's worth having a little look. We've got the little pop-ups on there. We've got all the little animals, the TV that's on there as well. We've got all the charms that are on there. I'm especially like this gardening charm. This gardening charm is beautiful. From the range, who bought it the other week? The gardening range. Nikki Hassan's range. This gardening one would be lovely to make your 3D scenes. Barbara bought us some as well the week before. You've got TVs on there, little lockets, mirrors, cameras, photo frames. Like a little rug you've got there as well. Absolutely stunning. And then obviously you got a Freedom membership, but you don't need to apply for Freedom. You spend over £60, I'll give you a Freedom membership for nothing. Absolutely nothing. All yours. Right then, let's get to demos to the end of the show.
Can I show something?
Of course you can, show away.
All right, so this one is the card that I just did the previous demo, right? So you can now I wanted to use the same die to show you that you can use elements into it just to create a hinge for just something simple. So you don't have to all the time.
Never thought of it.
Now then, for instance, you can incorporate maybe even if, for instance, if you went forward, or even I think you could, if you're not bothered if these elements, you could incorporate them into here, in that.
Well, you could cut it down.
You could incorporate the pop-up this way. It will protrude.
But maybe that's what you want.
But that will create a different effect. But I just wanted to show you that you can create a completely, those dies are beautiful in themselves. The shape of it is very elegant.
So now I think with the base shape that Paola's just made the normal card, you could turn it into a journal.
Yeah, absolutely.
Start turning it into a scrapbook if you wanted to as well. There's so much scope. You really just need. Don't see the dies for what they are. Obviously, first of all, use them for what they are, but don't use the dies for what they are. Then go to town and go to the next level
because
with them.
there are so many elements, including, of course, we are going to be using now the circle charm pop-up.
Okay.
So that one, again, look at the packaging, the inspiration, how you will look once folded. Look, also the other thing is like, choose your own card size here, for instance. So it does tell you things, how, important information. It does tell you here the height of this element is going to be 2.5 inches. It tells you exactly what dies there are here, what other dies have been done used with this for this sample, and also in the back, of course, you have got the instructions. And remember, you have got full instructions and tutorials online. So with this one, the first step we are going to do: open our card and flush to the spine here. We place it with that edge and we place it facing down. So then we just put it like this with low tack tape. Now for this die, it will go through a standard die cutting machine. So something here. So basically, what I mean by a standard, I mean the A5 size, 6-inch wide ones. So, for instance, the Jane Davenport, the Cut and Go, things like that. However, of course, if you have got an A4 die cutting machine, it allows you to do the aperture into bigger, longer cards or taller cards, obviously, because that wouldn't go through an A5 size die cutting machine. Does it make any sense?
No, that makes sense.
Right, so this has cut into the card that element in here. Now that is going to fold like so. This is look how well it's just perfect there. Now what we need to do is die cut this element. Then you can see it here. So it tells me to cut it to fold those bits. So that's the die that I already pre-cut in here, so that you can see that. And you can see that it embosses even the stitch detail. Right, so then I'm going to put it in here, and then I'm going to refer, because this is where I can get it wrong, and I do not want to get it wrong. So I believe that this works like this. Oh, sorry, now I'm kind of confused. See, this is me. Look at that, you can see it. So that works like this. Okay, so I'm going to glue it. Now, when you were asking about double-sided red liner tape, now I'm going to use it.
Okay.
And you're going to go in like, oh, now you're using it. It's because I'm using glossy card. Glossy card is really difficult to attach with wet glue. Now what I'm doing to make sure is that that glue is stitched like this. So then I'm gonna go in like that. Yeah, see, that kind of goes in and pulls away. Can you see that this is the die cut, fold it over, and then make sure that's the way. See that's the right way. If I done it wrong, I apologize for that. Right. Now then I have die cut again, the same die, you can see this, out of a plain card. And what I'm going to do in here is trim it off here. Okay.
This is one of these, once you've made one.
Yes, absolutely.
It will all then fit into place, and you think, oh, this is easy.
And then what you do is you put it, that one goes inwards here. What is it? The double-sided tape. Yeah, there it is, better to see the real thing. And then put it in here. It's funny, isn't it? Live TV makes you forget everything you know.
No, it really does.
Oh, it's funny. Now, can you see it? So that one goes like this, and this one will go like so.
It doesn't matter how many times you've done it.
Yep.
Live television, you'll always forget it.
Yep, absolutely. Now, for instance, the thing with this one is creates that ring around it. So if you want a charm, now you can see. Now, the one thing I don't have, I do not have invisible thread. That's the one thing. I even remember to get extra jump rings, but I forgot to get invisible thread. Now, if you imagine that this was invisible thread, and you know which one it is.
Yeah.
So you put a little bit of invisible thread here and here, and then you will have. Okay, let me see.
You could even use normal thread if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Do you want me to see if I can find you some? I've got some wool.
Oh, there is thread over there. So
There's
if you
thread
can
there.
grab
Would
it,
you like some
yeah.
thread?
Oh, I would absolutely would love some thread. And in the meantime, I'll die cut this out of the gold.
Do you want blue? That's already open.
There's still something more neutral.
Grey. White.
Yeah, sounds good. And
Kirsty.
let me grab. Oh, why is everything going?
I don't know if we're allowed to use this stuff. It's lying around like a jumble sailing near this wall.
I
don't know. There's all
Is
sorts
there-
of,
is
there's all
there-
sorts of rubbish on these shelves.
Well, a little bit of thread. I don't think we will gonna get into trouble, are we?
Oh, I don't know.
I will blame you.
Them paints have been there for weeks. You could do with the dust, to be fair.
Don't do that.
Look at the dust on this.
Well, actually, Katie's our producer in our ears. He's going, "Oh, have they ever been clean?" I can tell you they have been clean because I remember one time.
One time. One time
I came in to do a show and I remember saying, "Oh, this is very dusty." Got my.
I did that today. I was on a cleaning spree today. I was in the green room.
Right. So what you do is, this is what I've done. I'm not sure if it's the right way. Please forgive me if it's not the right way, Karen. So what I would do is I would put it like this, vertical. Okay. Take my red liner tape, the 3mm. If you're wondering what size I'm using the red liner 3mm because that's the one that gives. And then.
We're very big across the world this evening.
Well,
There's people watching in Europe, there's people watching in America, Great Britain.
Karen is world renowned in the craft industry. I mean, you have had to be that red liner tape, I'm telling you, today is like, to be fair, I'm not doing it right. Okay, so down and there. Okay, nice and taut. Okay, so I have cut another one of those ones. I can take the excess off. You may not need to, but I kind of like to have it. So then, gonna take it up like this. So that's gonna secure that element. Okay, remember that with the red liner tape, we are catching the almost invisible thread. When I do this, I do not trim it until it's nice and secure, because if you start pulling it with the scissors, you might pull it too much.
Okay.
So there we have it. Okay. So now we have got the capture inside it. Can you see the thread there? There you have it. There we have it. And you have chosen a perfect color, because that.
It was really Kirsty, wasn't it?
Well.
I don't know where she found that thread.
I don't know. Well, who knows?
Other side of these shelves.
Now that will go into here, right? So what I would do anyway, is glue a little bit of glue.
Excuse me.
Bless you. And then close it up. Okay, just make sure that there's glue in here. And then close it up. So that way you know that if... that is how I always do it. I always tend to close it up. And then you can see there that this kind of pops up. So that element, now I can go in with my heart and glue it there. Then I also have got this one, that ring that is cut with that die also included, that fits perfectly and disguises, you know when you die cut in the wrong side, so we die cut it in the inside, so it has cut that isn't rough.
Oh, okay.
That for somebody like me is really a big no-no. For Karen obviously is the same thing, because what she has done is she has given you the die to cover it perfectly. So nobody knows that you have die cut it on the inside. Then I'm going to take that one, which is, again, included in the die set. So you have got the circle, and then I just die cut the star out of it. So I'm going to put a little bit of there, putting it here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this star inside here. So for that, I just need to die cut it another star again, because you want an innie and an outie.
Both sides.
So you want both sides, exactly. Oh, actually, shall we do it in silver or something different?
Yes.
So it's a little bit... no, well, let's do it... Oh, sparkle. Shall we do it a sparkle?
Yeah, we could do it. A bit of glitzy colours. But this could be anything. It doesn't have to be a star. If you're going for like little charms, this could be a cat and a dog, if you wanted to be. This could be an owl or a turkey, if you wanted it to be as well. It could also be, now we're talking, cocktails or a pint of lager. And they're all on the website if you want them. They're all different item numbers. But this could be anything in the centre. It could be a watering can if you wanted it to be as well. It could be a set of flowers. There is so many of them that we're talking about. But this could be anything in the centre. And this goes to show how everything mixes and matches so well.
It does. And the thing is, I'm glad you pointed out, because it's like there is that element of you can do whatever you want to put it inside. It can be a card like I'm doing here, you know, with a star, like you are a star. It could be a card for something really special, like a kind of congratulations, but look at that. Okay, so I needs a little bit of a trim. Can I give it a trim?
Give it a trim.
If I can find it, I cannot find
what are you looking for?
My trimmer.
That one?
No, I have got a smaller one. Anyway, let's go. Oh, sorry, it's gonna... Go ahead. I kind of poor Andy was like, oh, where are you going? Where are you going? Just stay in one place. Leave the car there.
Yeah, this one.
There. No, that one. It's fine. It's fine. It's another one. I have got like 3. No wonder that trolley is collapsing. Literally collapsing.
On one.
But, okay. Okay, so completely flat. Look at that.
Oh, look at that. So now you got the card.
It's the thread. It's suspended by the... It's floating.
Our producer just said, how's that suspended? Where have you been for the last 20 minutes? It's the thread that we found. So you don't really need invisible thread.
I mean, she wasn't paying much attention, does she? Thank goodness for that. I like Katie. She's like, I can do whatever I want. She won't notice.
How is that suspended? We've just showed the demo. 401905 is your item number. £19.97. These are for the circle charms. 11 dies in total. £21.99. There's also a freedom price on this as well. You've also got extended delivery. £19.79 is your price if you're a freedom member. Now. We're getting close to the end of the show. We've only got 5 minutes left of this show. Now, this show is repeated throughout the evening. I know, of all the hours. This is repeated throughout the evening as well, so tomorrow morning. So people will buy after the hour. People will buy throughout the night, because remember, we're still there.
Especially,
we're in America.
Karen, that is very big in Europe. It's very big in America. So there's all these people with different time zones watching it during the night.
And already, this is the second live hour, and of the stock already, over a third. I was going to say a third, but we're over a third of the stock now has already gone. £69.97, but why pay everything when you split it onto 2 flexible payments is the easiest thing to do, of £34.99. Remember, this takes you in to that Freedom Frenzy. So just quote Freedom Frenzy, whether you're a Freedom member or not. You'll either get a discount of £6.97, or you'll become a Freedom member for free for the month. Well, for as long as you want. But Paola, you are the master of this. You are the
no, I'm not.
Well, you are the master of this for the sheer fact that
I love it.
You love crafting. You know what to do, and from a crafter's point of view.
I know what you mean. Yeah, it's because like I was saying. Actually, you are right. A lot of people associate me with pop-ups and cars, like a little bit like Lou Withers always refers to me as paper engineering, and I'm not. like, I don't think of myself like that, but I'm very attracted to anything that interlocks, anything that is a little bit more. And there is nobody who does it better than Karen Burniston, because she was like, as far as I know, as far as I remember, she was the first one, I think back in 2011 or 2012, I think 2011, to develop dies with a very, very, very big brand of die cutting to make interactive dies like this. Then there have been actually direct copies of her dies time and time over again, but she was the first one, as far as I can remember, that developed them. And of course, the thing with her, I remember having a talk with Karen once time about, you know, you know, there were quite a few interactive ones, and she's like, I really like when there are other people doing, because that pushes me to develop new ideas. And this is who Karen is. It likes to come up with different concepts. How can she make them better? How can she make them work with each other? And the one thing with Karen is that once that you have got the stats, you can see these Insta frames or instant photo frames, and these are from the photo collage, which is also included in the one-day special. So everything mixes and matches.
Really
the
does.
charms are small enough that you can put them in here. The pictures from the garden ones, imagine Karen has made a 50th birthday card for her husband. That is stunning, and she has a full-on tutorial online, which is very similar, actually, the structure to this one. So she shows you how to make a very structurally sound acetate card that pops up. This is the thing.
This is the thing. They're rigid. They're not going to go anywhere.
No.
They're easy to do. I know you're sitting at home, and I'd be exactly the same. I'd sit you there now, and if I was sitting next to you, we'd have a cup of tea and a packet of bourbons between us, and nestled in the middle of the sofa, and we'd go, they would say that in Shopping Telly. They would say it's easy, but it really is.
It really is.
You can do this. You've seen Paola make 2 of these cards.
Yeah.
2 cards live in this hour, and they made 2 cards in the previous hour as well.
3 I did, I think.
Oh, 3?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we made
because
3
I
in
did
the previous hour.
that one, and then the pop-up of the collage, which it went on, like I say, the glue didn't stick.
So it's just a glue, but you can be doing these at home as well, and then that's how quick and easy they are to make. This is what I'm trying to get across. You've got full instructions on the packaging. You get everything you need, plus more in your dies as well. So not only do you get the mechanism from them work, you also get the little bits inside them to give you those added extras. They all mix and mingle perfectly together as well. It's going to be very busy throughout the evening. Remember, they're back at tomorrow for your ODS at 9 o'clock, 9, 1, and whatever's left will be back at 5 o'clock as well. So start checking out your baskets. I really don't want you to miss these out. You can become creating some stunning stuff. We've not even touched on the angel policy on these. Is the one?
Yeah, I believe you can make 2 stuff. But you know what? I'll have to confirm it tomorrow morning.
We'll double check as the evening goes on. Don't you go anywhere. There's so much more to shop for here on Hochanda. Thank you very much, Paula.
Thank you.
I've thoroughly enjoyed this.
So have I.
Let's get our dusters out and we'll clean that before tomorrow morning.
All right.
Don't you go anywhere. I'll see you tomorrow. Yes, indeed. The next 3 hours look a little bit like this. Oh, I've not said this for a mile. Remember, it doesn't matter